Hello, welcome to CTV Sports. I'm James Foti alongside Dale Schwetz and Jan Eric Frank for the 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo final between Pampa Norte, Biotricity, and Audi. We're at the Grand Champions Polo Club Field number 2. Dale, Biotricity won this tournament last year. What do they need to do to repeat this year?
Yeah, well, let's hit the elephant out of the room right away. You got a 22-goal team playing against a 26-goal team. They're going to get 4 goals on handicap. The issue is this team has always not scored any goals in the first 2 chukkers of their games against these 26-goal teams. Against the 22-goal teams or 23-goal teams, they've been on fire. But for some reason, they've had issues there. And I got to talk to Waqas Al-Sadiq about that. And that was something that was definitely on their map, to come out a little stronger. Now, the funny thing is, they beat those 26-goal teams. They beat Casablanca. They beat Global Port. So they have the ability to play an amazing second half. But they need to come out somehow and win the first 2 chukkers, or at least tie the first 2 chukkers. For me, that's the biggest part of their game.
Gotcha. And on the other side of it, you have Audi. Jan, Audi won the Founders Cup about a month ago. They have the advantage. They're playing on 26 goals versus Pampa Norte, who's at 22 goals. The roster's a little different than previous tournaments. What do they need to do to secure the win today?
Well, as Dale was saying, they're up against a very, very strong and a very unpredictable opponent. Audi, of course, coming into this final with a 4-0, so that one, I'm sure, will give them confidence. What they need to do is from the get-go, they need to come out, they need to make that 4-goal deficit null and void straight away, and then they need to keep hammering shots at goal because, as Dale was saying, Pampa Norte are a team that once they get their teeth into the game, they will not go out without putting up a significant fight.
Agreed. Now, Dale, Pampa Norte, speaking defensively, which player on the other team on Audi do they really need to focus on?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think they got to cover the whole team, really. And really, what's great about it, the Pampa Norte Biotricity team, the way they play the game of polo is they play a game in a circle like this, and they don't care who they guard. So who's ever closer? If I'm closer to you, I'm covering you. I'm closer to Yan, I'm covering Yan. At that time, at that moment in the game, that's the way they go into the game with their strategy. And they got Waqas Al-Sadiq on the Pampa Norte Polo Club that they have, practicing every day on anticipating the game more on defense. And I talked to him more about it. He said that the big part of them winning, his team has been telling him, is when he can make those little bumps, those little hooks. So what they'll do is they'll use 4 people, and they'll just pick up whoever they can, whenever they can, and try to get the other team to play their game.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask you the same question defensively for Audi. Which player or players on Pampa Norte do they really need to focus on locking up defensively?
Well, again, very similar to what Dale was saying. Pampa Norte are, they're all very talented. But for me, the man that I think they need to get a grip on is definitely going to be Pedrito Falabella. He hasn't scored that many goals, but he's been instrumental in creating the spaces and working very hard to get possession of the ball, to then disperse those balls up to the front. And that, I think, is going to be a key factor, keeping Falabella somehow in check, because he's going to be everywhere today.
All right, let's talk about the Patrons a little bit. Waqas Al-Sadiq, Mark Ganzi. You know Mark very well. He's very much the vocal leader out there in the field for Audi. What can he do to motivate his team?
Yeah, well, true general. We know that. True general. They don't call the Cobra for nothing. I mean, this guy's going to come out. He's also going to lead by example. He's going to come in. He's going to take the penalty shots. And I got to talk to him a little bit about that, because in their last game, Gonzalito took one, but then if you saw that semifinal game, then he stepped up in the sixth chucker to take one. So he's got ice in his veins. He's going to get on them. He doesn't mind getting on them. He loves to do that. He knows them. The team knows them. So he's going to be a true motivator from the start.
All right, now, Jan, Waqas Al-Sadiq for Pampa Norte, very likable, extremely smart. What can he do out there to have a positive impact for his team?
Well, I think he's going to probably do exactly what he's been doing throughout this tournament, or throughout all the tournaments that he's played. And I think the key factor, and that is not to be underestimated, he was in the studio earlier in the week, and that is for his team to go out there and have fun. And I think once you have a team that's out there who has fun, who connect well, who gel well, then it doesn't really matter whether they're 22 goals and Audi are 26 goals. If they have fun and they get brought or carried with this wave of exhilaration, I think that's going to be their mindset. Go out there, have fun, and just have a great time.
I couldn't agree more. All right. Well, there you have it. The stage is set for the 2023 WPL Triple Crown of Polo final between Audi and Pampa Norte Biotricity. It's a beautiful day out here. The fans are excited. And we have some skydivers jumping on the field any second. So let's send it to Galaxara for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Galastara, and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Stuart Sugar Erskine as our special day. Sugar, thank you for joining us here today. Special day here for our 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo final.
Dale, thank you very much for having me. Absolute pleasure to be here, and thank you for these wonderful clothes. I would have never found something like
You're
this.
looking good, my man.
Thank you, bro.
Sugar, you're great. This could be a great time. I mean, Sugar and I are very good friends. Of course, I call him the Sugar Man, and you love watching him play. He's an amazing player, and just going to be great having you here, Sugar. Sugar's going to be helping us with the color today. He's also going to be giving us his professional opinion about how the game's being called and different plays that are being played. I guess to get into this early as we see our final descent of the amazing intro. This is just
Beautiful
phenomenal,
sight,
isn't
man.
it, Sugar?
Beautiful sight, man.
Just unbelievable. Yeah. And this is what happens here at the beautiful Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2. And Jan-Erik Frank is there doing the commentary for everyone at the field. So if you are at the field or you're headed out to the field, tell a friend if you're in the area as they are live. And we'll get ready for our first Sugar play here. But Sugar, while they're finishing up and getting ready here, because we need to keep all the players and the four-legged athletes off the field for safety, of course, for our jumpers here. As this is amazing, this group, how they come in.
2 awesome landings as well. I didn't see anybody land on the backside, so that's not a bad thing. So.
Yeah. Well, let's break it down a little bit, Sugar. We have Audi, 26 goals. Mark Ganzi, Hector Castarola, Consolito Pierres, and Paco de Navas. Pampa Norte, Biotricity, 22 goals. Wakas Al-Sadiq, Facundo Yoza, Gringo Columbres, and Pedrito Falabella. Give me your professional thoughts on this game as you can start.
Well, like we were talking about earlier, obviously going up against Audi, which is super well structured. It's got sort of everybody's got their spot on the field, and they're going to play a very structured game, obviously, that's designed for that team. And what we saw in the tournament before, like you were talking about before, was that you had a team that utilized that difference in goals and took it to, was able to, really get and take it right. It was tough, it's tough for them. So obviously they're going to have to, know that they're going to have to come back with that same kind of sort of mental attitude, knowing that they're going to come back and those goals they're probably going to get, hopefully they don't give them up too quickly, So if they can hold that as long as they can, then it, should start getting quite exciting towards the second half of the game.
We played together back in the day in the high goal, and whenever you can get a lead, but 3 goals or more is more comfortable. That 2-goal lead, this does do it in polo. You can add 2 goals so quickly. But as I brought up in our intro today, this team, the Pampa Norte Biotricity team, Sugar, they've only scored 1 goal in 4 chukkers against 26-goal teams. Now, when they played against 22-goal teams or 23-goal teams, because remember, our league has been basically 22 to 26 goals here for the World Polo League, highest rated polo in North America, 26 goals. And we're going to talk a lot about that today. But they, for some reason, Shugs, They just haven't done well, but yet they've won every game. They're definitely a second-half team.
Yeah, you'd hope that in the first half they could think of it like, let's say Audi scores 2 goals a chukka for the first, 2 or 3 goals a chukka. Let's say, but that's a lot. But if they're scoring 2 goals a chukka, if they can get away with scoring at least 1 goal per chukka, that would get them to a point that should be able to save them through the second half. Obviously, you don't want to go tight in the second half, So they need to utilize that as best they can. So if they can just think of it like 1 goal is almost enough.
That's it. You're right.
They just need 1 goal a chukka for the first 3 chukkas, and hopefully that gets them enough rhythm and get a little bit lucky in the fourth, and then see where we are.
Yeah, there you go. My idea, of course, was imagine giving up your 4-goal lead right away. Is like Shug saying, if you have at least score 1 goal each chukker, then you still leave a couple goals. You still keep a couple goals up going in the second half, which seems to be where they flourish. And now here's another great stat for you. The Audi team is a team that has scored 2 to 3 goals in every chukker of every game they played. They're not a team that really misses any of their goals, and both teams are very good from the penalty line, Sugar.
Yeah, so that's where it makes it where once they get into 12, 13 goals in the game, it's tough. Now you're going to look at sort of in say Pampa Norte, okay, a minimum of 8 goals,
Yes.
So that way would put them to at least close to that 12 goal number. But that means you're scoring a goal a chukka, and then you need a couple more.
You got it. Let's go through it. You mentioned the great point, 13 goals, and that's it. There's way a great picture here of Falabella and Ganzi going the Cobra, saying hello. We still got a little warm-up going on out here, but you bring up
it's not a bad thing. Let's just cut you short. Not a bad thing. It's hot out there right now.
Oh,
it is hot.
It is tuned up. I think, we have the Kersey change being used.
100%.
Which 100%. You will see, Sugar and I were talking before we went on air, that you're probably going to see probably maybe two or three horses played a chucker.
Yes, you can see that.
You're going to see a lot of switching.
Yeah.
We're going to bring you the horses, and we'll talk a lot about the horses. They're going to be switching them up a lot, but we will definitely bring them to your attention. But let me go through what Sugar brought up about the score first, about scoring 13 goals. That seems to be the number. The Pampa Norte Biotricity against Casablanca, they scored 15 goals. They got 4 goals on handicap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they won 15-14. They got 4 on handicap.
Yes.
So they stayed in there. When they played against the Global Port team, they scored 12 goals, and they beat them 12-11, and they got their 4 goals on handicap. But remember, they didn't score any goals in the first 2 chuckers.
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
So then most of the goals here in the World Polo League, especially here in the Triple Crown, have been like this. With Audi, they've just been stellar. 9 goals in one game, 12 goals in another, 10 goals in another, 13 in another. They're
exactly.
right in
They're
that.
right there in that number.
Yeah.
They're in that place. So obviously we got a nice little bit of rain, which sometimes is obviously a little south of us was terrible. There was a ton of rain south of us down there. But with the fields and this year being so dry, it's been so dry, that little bit of rain is going to probably be very beneficial for the game, because it's going to smooth out any sort of spots. You go out there and you have a divot, and then you get a big old rain dumped on it, and everything kind of just feels, smooths into itself. So field looking immaculate, as always, but, even during this dry year, it's tough to keep a field looking good, and, during dry years. So that little bit of rain was awesome the other day. Came a little bit late. We needed a little earlier than that. But it's one of those things that will probably help the play, and maybe in a little bit of an advantage for the Audi team, that the field being nice is that they'll be able to run a little bit more. So we have an impression that probably going to see Biocity try to at least control as much of the game as they can and limit the amount of goals that they'll just get given away. That's probably the most important thing that can happen today is that Pampa Norte, Biocity, that Pampa Norte doesn't give them any easy goals. If they can force them to work and not give any easy goals, that's going to make a difference, So at least make them work for their goals. If they can make them work for their goals.
Yeah, another thing to add to this is Wakas has been playing very good at an A-rated player. You could put him at a 1. Facundo Yoza has been playing 8 goals. This kid's been playing good. He's
like a breakout year for him,
Yeah, so. And remember Magoo Laprida was on the team. He got hurt, so he's been feeding a lot of his horses. We know how well Magoo is mounted. You know that, Sugar.
And he looks like he rides. He's very well. His seat is awesome, and the way he rides, he gets the most out of the horse.
You said it. All of them do. Gringo, they got to feed him a few. He brought his own string, and then Pedrito Falabella, of course, his father, so much a part of their organization and what they do, and they are a big horse family. So they're deep in horses.
That is for sure,
but they got to be today against Audi.
It's structured well. Obviously, Magoo is a different type of player, but. It's very well structured in the sense that they can make any team make a tough day for somebody, So it should be something fun to watch,
So we know how well Audi is mounted. To the tops here, and we got a list here. Sugar, who do you got? Let's go through a few of the horses. At least going to start out.
Who should we start on Pampa Norte or Audi?
Let's go. Let's start. Well, seeing Pampa Norte the defending champions, let's go ahead and start with let's go start with Audi.
Okay.
And because they are defending champions, trying to go for 2 here.
Yes. Obviously, we don't know if these are the exact horses right now because after they might change after all the ceremonies and everything like that. But so you've got. Audi, you've got Gans with Mark Ganzi. He's coming out on JM Vino Tinto. Gonzalito Perez on Open Lujaria.
Yeah, Lujaria, it looks like
my
that. Yeah.
Spanish is about as good as my Zulu.
Don't worry, we'll work together on that.
Good luck.
There are a lot of cool names.
Yeah. Jeta is on a Machitos Mosqueta. And Paco is on an AW Javeta.
Do you know the AW breeder?
I'm just looking across over here, and there's an AW. I presume that's obviously just Paco's. They have to have their cinnamon.
Yeah, I could have found a lot of them.
Yeah, they have that in front of all
Sure,
their names.
and I love that because we've been pointing that out to the viewers. How the first name is always the breeder.
Yeah.
And
I saw somewhere that. I don't know where it was. Let me see. No, I don't see it here anymore. But I presume that's just his breed name, no? So.
Yeah, and what do we got for Pampa Norte
Pampa
here?
Norte, Wakas is coming out on Lady. Josa, Faku Josa is coming on Don Recol Haley. Gringo Columbres is coming on Roxy, Latia Roxy. And Pedrito Falabella is coming on Pimento.
All right, they will be switching them up. Thanks, Shug.
My pleasure.
And of course, we're going to be switching them around, and we're always going to keep you involved in what's happening with the horses. I want to talk about those two guys in the yellow jerseys right there, the yellow and white, two of the top umpires here for the World Polo League, Gaston Dorniak and Esteban Ferrari. They'll be our mounted officials today. They've done an amazing job. We have an international crew of umpires on the field as we use umpires here from U.S., Argentina, and Great Britain. I want to give a big shout out to Roddy Matthews, who had traveled back home. He was here with us from the U.K. Roddy, great job this season. I hope you're on today watching our final. I'm sure he is. And our third man, IRO. So what we do here in the World Polo League, well, let's go through here. We'll get to it, Steve Lane. But here comes the introduction. So it's going to be Mark Gansey, number 1, the Cobra, at 1 goal, playing the number 1 in the black jersey. Playing number 2 on 10 goals, one of the youngest 10 goalers in the world, Heta Castanola. Gonzalito Pierres, well, a former 10-goal player, so trust me, you will see everything this guy does. And Paco de Nevada will play the number 4 on 6 goals. They are a powerhouse team at 26 goals. You need to be careful. You can never underestimate them. They're here for a reason.
Very well structured as well.
Yeah.
You know, across the board.
So here we go. And then they're the returning champions, and he's such a fun guy. Wakas Al-Sadiq on A-rated, playing the number 1, Pampa Norte Biotricity, playing the number 2. We talked about him. Sugar said this guy's a great pilot, and I got to agree with him. He gets a lot out of a horse. Facundo Yoza on 7 goals. Filling in for Magoo Laprida, and Magoo, I've heard he is getting better, but
awesome.
they backed him off. He wanted to get on, but because it was the end of the season, he had a little bit of a time to break. This guy, Gringo Columbres, on 8 goals, he is a baller in the middle of the field. He fights and goes for everything, and, well, he probably captained the team, and he is an amazing back. Pedrito Falabella, and my man Jan Eric Frank said if any player was at Audi had to watch out for today, it was Falabella.
I agree. He could really make them have a long day, you know. So he's very patient at the back. You know, he's going to feed everybody. And as much as Gringo likes to control and hold, Gringo, it's impossible to get the ball away from Gringo. You know, like he gets the ball. He's a beast.
They're all fighters. Now that's one thing about them.
Yeah. So, but if Pedrito can then use that space and let Gringo kind of sort himself out, it's going to be hopefully a good thing coming.
Yeah.
They're almost going to have to play from the back and come forward. And
I agree. And Falabella loves running through, so we'll see that.
He does.
We'll see what happens because you got a team like Audi that can open it up really well, and then they got to watch out for the Pampa Norte team, Biotricity. But if they can get them in that, and that's what I've seen, and on the numbers because of our stats, we will have our stats at halftime. So make sure you join us on that. Sugar and I will break the game down on the stats. Remember, I want to make sure and point out our IRO instant replay official third man, Steve Lane. He's in my ears whenever I need him here in the studio. He's sideline, and he also is our umpire manager, watching out over all of us all year long, breaking it down, marking tapes, marking plays, running through things, always getting everyone to be more consistent. And big shout out to Steve. We will be using the challenge system today. Each team will receive one challenge per half. You need to use it or lose it. They can challenge any call. They can also challenge any ball placement. All right? If a ball goes out of bounds, we do have the triggers in place. You can check to see if a goal was scored. Umpires can use the cameras, and Mr. Steve Lane. They can check to see when a ball goes out of bounds, either over the end line or the sideline. So anytime it does go out of bounds, if they're not 100% sure who it went off of, they can go to the cameras. Anytime a two-legged athlete comes together on a good hook or ride-off, they can go to the cameras for that, just to check and make sure to see which player might create the danger. And anytime the two four-legged athletes come together on a very hard player, any contact, they can use a trigger. Now, they can also trigger unsportsmanlike conduct. And then we have, which is our special trigger, which is the umpire trigger, and that is a trigger when the two umpires on the field disagree with a call, Sugar. They can go to the cameras to get a 100% look.
I love it. I mean, to think of how it's changed, and it's not saying recently, it's obviously been a progression, but it's unbelievable. It's taken out. It's totally changed the game.
You know it from playing it for so many years. Yeah. We played it without cameras for so long. Our own cameras.
He said, she said. Like that's all it was. And now it's a whole different game.
Yeah.
So.
And remember, we are going to give up the 4 goals. So at the moment, we have 4-0.
Who's throwing in the ball? Is that George?
Yep, looks like George.
Nice.
DuPont from the Museum of Hall of Fame. We love George. George, thank you, sir. And they're going to go with the live ball in here, and I love it, Sugar.
I love it live.
Yes, sir. He knows the game of polo. So we are off and racing. The 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo Final is underway, and away we go. And look at this. Audi's going to start out quickly with a breakaway. And this is who you want to have the ball hit. The Casanova and the high flag early here, Sugar.
Yeah, I might have got away with one. I want to start off burning Gansey right off the bat. Looked like he maybe had to give that play up, and they maybe didn't think that, so they didn't go back on defense as quickly as they could have. So
yeah, kind of a little broken play there.
Yeah, I just got away with one maybe. So
one thing we've noticed this year, Sugar, with the World Polo League in the 26-goal level is when a team does have a broken play and the other team picks up on it, it has been a goal.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. It doesn't take long,
Yeah, so. You need to watch out. Picked up quickly, now looking for, we'll just call it the equalizer, even though they have 3 goals on handicap. Let's see if they get one. Oh, Gringo's going to put one in here. That ball looked like it has eyes. It's right in front. And look at this. Gringo Columbus answers the call right away.
Just like you were talking about before, that's exactly what they need. Maybe that's not they don't need, we say they need more than that, but at least they've got that first one on the board, At least you can keep that gap. Obviously unlucky because Heta.
Yeah, unlucky there for Heta.
I mean, that guy never misses a ball.
Especially at his level, but it'll happen.
Yeah, that it does.
But I do like the comeback here is the Pampa Norte team went into Bola in there, and as you said, Sugar, just jumped right on it and gave a great shot at goal. Now they're going the other way, and this looks like we're going to have pace all day long. Look at this horse. That Heta's on here. As unbelievable, and he's going to drain that.
Beautiful goal, beautiful.
Wow.
Goal. Yeah, and she totally
Mosqueta?
came back. Yeah, Mosqueta, she came back from nicely paid. She was very well. She was rated for that shot. Gave him an absolute beautiful platform to hit off, and it takes obviously talent on top as well for him. Beautiful cut shot.
She's just a phenomenal polo pony right there. We'll probably see her a couple times.
Yeah,
we have a couple open, and most of these players in the 5th and 6th chucker, they've been leaving it open on some of the horses they play. And as Sugar was saying, we'll try to keep you all picked up on that as we do have people down at the field, because they will change them based on whatever happens. Sometimes, they play a little harder. We do have a lot of humidity here in southern Florida today, so they will be changing the horses pretty quick. We do the kersey change halfway through a chucker, but we have been seeing players in the semifinals change before the kersey change. So here we go. We got our first penalty of the day. And
yeah, Gonzalito obviously would have got away with it if he had hit it, and then Heta obviously had to give up a little bit of rooms to, remove the danger from the situation. It just kind of forced him into a spot. It's a Machitos horse, that one that Heta is on, and I'm taking a wild guess because that's obviously a Geary's breed, So he's.
We get the open goal there.
That's a nice way to keep it going. Like you say, you never saw this for 3 straight games. Unbelievable. Keep themselves under 4 minutes.
They need that. I agree. Yeah. Great breakdown there on the foul there, Sugar. Like I said, I agree with you. I think if Gonzalito doesn't miss that ball, there's a non-call. So well done. And this guy, Yoza Facundo, Facu, we call him. He has been sensational from the penalty line. So keep an eye on him. He's going to get his first one today. It was first penalty 2. And that's going to push you right back to that 4-goal lead. Here we go. Back and forth. And picked up here by Gringo. Gringo mounted up also, so I believe, and tell me if I'm wrong here, Sugar, but it looks like the Pampa Norte Biotricity team has come out. This first chucker mounted very well in the first minute. And here we go as Facundo's going to lay it in, but well done here. And a lot of horsepower right there by Dana Vaz. Back shot in the corner. Audi looking to get their flow going. Turned around here.
Nice and patient from Gringo there.
Yeah, and Hetta, and it looks like they're moving around, and now they're going to let Hetta. They got the Cobra out in front here. Falabella, that's going to work. Well done. Little touch. He'll find Gringo. Gringo playing the control game here early. Turns it quickly, though, and I'm enjoying this horse here that Gringo's on. Latia Roxia, she is getting a lot done for him early. And now they come together here, and, yeah, you're going to get a whistle there all day.
Yeah, being patient is probably the most important thing over there, and he was, and it ended up, getting control of the ball again after leaving Geta in the corner. It gave him the chance to get that ball back. Obviously, sometimes these plays, if you see where he is, he's on the wrong side of both of them.
Yeah,
you get them to go turn to the right there. They're gone anyway. So sometimes we think,
it's not a bad foul.
It's not a bad foul because you're just giving yourself 30 yards and you get to, obviously, giving up possession, which you should never giving up possession.
100%
sometimes
on that.
You're there and you're like, you know what? I'm on the wrong side of the ball. I'm on the wrong side of the man. He turns to the out. He just taking the ball down inside the boards. You're just chasing then, So sometimes you're like, okay, you know what?
I wouldn't be surprised they don't move this ball to center based on that, but you might see it from the spot.
Yes.
And if not, it proves your point that sometimes going for that play right there, you might get away with it. And if not, it doesn't hurt you. And it actually doesn't hurt you from the center either.
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You end up sort of looking at it and going, okay, you didn't have possession anyway, but you never really want to give them an advantage in that, in that possession. So it's hard. It's a hard call to make,
No, it is. You say, and that's why you see the ball being moved is more now. When we played back, back in the day, Dads, I would say, Sugar, there were a lot more balls from the spot. Now you're seeing balls moved, which I think is better. It also deters the team from fouling because a lot of spot hits also gives the opportunity for the defending team to actually win the next play. Oh, they foul down in the corner, foul down there. Let's play defense, win the next play.
And who knows whether he may be even thinking that it's getting close to your courtesy change. You've got a bit of a tired horse.
100%.
You say, that within the next 30, 40 seconds you're getting a courtesy change. You do it, you go change your horse, and you're back on something fresh.
Said it, and well done, Sugar. I'm telling you, because I was going to add, we're going to get into courtesy change as this game goes on, but you mentioned how, and look at that. Well, there you go.
That's probably going to be an open goal.
You called it, man.
Probably going to have to be an open goal because there was nobody back.
Yeah, I think Hetta gets a little bit too far up, doesn't he? Yeah, Hetta's beat there. That's going to be an open goal. And now, like you said, you get on a fresh horse, you make a great play. His horse isn't tired there. Give him the ability to spin around there, steal that ball.
Yeah, look, they're going past the 60. Looks like they're dropping it on a 40-yard line. And then from all the talk we spoke about before, they're giving them the opportunity to have scored 3 goals within the first chukker, which we haven't even got to the end of, and we were banking on them at least scoring just 1 goal for the first half, per chukker. So,
yep. So you are going to get the open goal once again, and this will be Facundo Yoza back on the penalty line. And like I said, he has been phenomenal. Needs to be today, and once again, there you go. He'll pick up his second one of the day here. And this is what Audi does not want to do, Sugar. I think you might agree with me. They don't want to let these guys get on the penalty line and get easy goals.
No, it's the last thing.
Especially with the advantage on the handicap.
Yeah, which would have been a moot point if they'd gone out and scored 4 goals right off the bat, and it would have been 4-4. But now that it's a different situation we're in right now. So.
Yeah, Audi, believe it or not.
It's so early, though. It's still a long way.
It's very early.
Yeah.
Very, very early. In their semifinal game, they only gave up four goal shot penalties, Shug.
That's crazy.
In the semifinals,
That's crazy.
in the whole game. Now, they gave up some other penalties that were 5s,
Yeah.
but only 4 goal shot penalties. 1 penalty 4, and then 2 penalty 2s and a penalty 3, and they've given up 2 penalty 2s already, so they need to be careful.
Gans is gone.
On the move.
Nice. Beautiful.
Well done.
Oh, it bounced. It looked like it was kind of trying to turn.
Yeah, it did. You got a little English on it, and this is great for the Cobra. First run of the day.
Yep.
But, that gets his energy going, and you always want to score that first goal. You know how well you Sugar. When you score your first goal, you're always ready to go.
He's
Great
looking
finish.
so relaxed in front of goal. Nah, that was always going on. It just was like an optical illusion for us from that camera angle. But nice little spin to the right. But he's looking so relaxed when he's running at goal. So that arm looks nice and loose. Nothing's tight.
Oh, he's going to get another opportunity here. And remember, on the change here, who did he change on to, Shuggy?
Gramona.
Okay.
Gramon.
And he's going to leave us one for Heta. Heta? Wow. And this is how quick the Audi can change it.
It's 100%. But it's kind of been one of those things where we've just seen most players are just developed from throw-ins. So as quick as we find them figuring that out, both teams, it's gone both ways. It's not like it's one way or the other. But most plays have developed from those throw-ins, so I think the throw-ins are a little bit loose at the moment.
You got it. Too many people are getting out really quick. I agree.
on his third.
He jumped on a different one here.
He's on his third already.
Yeah, he's on his third horse, and so that's where he said, we'll keep you advised.
I mean,
Heta on the gray now.
Galleria, total guess. So that again, throw-ins of the breakdowns and throw-ins have been what's kind of forcing. This is fast scoring right off the bat.
And there you go. Heta picks up his 4th goal. Look at this. Great run. Paco jumps out in front here. Leaves it behind. Good rotation. And Heta on fresh legs.
100%. And he's got one of those things where the 4 goals they've given up, they've gone past that already, so.
Yep. Good time for Heta, and I understand now. That's what we're talking about. These why they've been changing up their horses so much. So that's going to go ahead and end our first chukker of play, and it was back and forth early, but domination by Audi at the end of the chukker. Stay with us. We'll be back here on CTV Sports for our second chukker of the 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo Final.
This is a championship meet. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them.
We back.
And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
Yeah.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beach is right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. And if you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything that I ever dreamed of.
back at CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schmetz with Stuart Sugar Erskine is my special guest today. Sugar, once again, thank you for joining us here. And we have Team Audi, 26 goals against Pampa Norte Biotricity, 22. 4 goals on handicap went to the Pampa Norte team, and at the moment, 7-5.
Just a little unlucky there. Gets it back.
So they jumped in here very quick and get control. Gonna have a moving along here turn around by Gringo, but now it's going to be Gonzalito. And if you just joined us, Mark Ganzi playing the 1 for Audi in the dark jerseys. Heta Casanola, who had 4 goals in the first chucker, number 2. Gonzalito Pierres playing number 3, and Paco de Devas playing the number 4. And Audi, it was pretty even early on against Pampa Norte with Bocasa Sadiq, Facundo Yoza, and Gringo Columbres, and Pedrito Falabella. They're that 22-goal team, as you said, 4 goals on handicap. And 7-5 at the moment here in the second chucker. Sugar and I have been talking about it, but here comes Audi, and they're going to get it within 1 goal.
Actually, the first goal that didn't come out of the throw-in. So it actually had to develop a couple of plays, middle of the field. And then obviously a great layup by Heta. Unlucky the 2 shots on goal. Obviously 2 very hard shots, one from Paco, one from Gonzalito, that were near-side shots. But then managed to get back possession. So unusual that they got it back there. They had, Pampa Norte had possession. So let's see if they can tighten up these throw-ins a little bit and see what happens.
Yeah, very good point. Here you said now this is the next one is coming out of the bowl-in, and this is where they have done well. Is he going to put this one in from way out? Wow. What a shot here.
I like it.
Yeah, he went for it. Who do we got him switching on to here in the second chucker?
He's on Garapata right now. That's what's in front of me. Wakasa's on Pantomima. Gringo is starting on Gigeria. And Pedrito Falabella is on Alegria.
And then they'll be switching them up. And the same thing now, Audi has come out on fire here.
Ganzi on Juvia. Gonzalito on Open Salsa. Heta is on Seca. And Paco de Novais on Nieta.
Yeah, so they well, now we've seen a couple different changes. There's Heta, who has been dialed in early. We said, remember, we have the Kersey change, but we've been seeing a lot of changes. Right here, you're going to see, look at this. Look at 2 players from the Pampa Norte team changing up before the Kersey change here, Sugar. Big time play.
It's a hot day, so it's not a bad idea. It depends on whether they call it like they just have with 4:39 on the.
Oh, I don't think they want it. I don't think they wanted this. They're going to go ahead and call the Kersey change here. But I think the Pampa Norte Biotricity team, I don't know what you think, Sugar, but I think they would have rather played this play.
Yeah, that's a long 4.5 minutes now, so now you got to change on your own. So depending on who has obviously Pampa Norte looks like they set up to where they're not using just the courtesy change at their tent. They all have horses on both sides. Most teams have horses on both sides anyway. So, but I think they probably didn't want to change right there, So but still 4:30 is still long. It's a long game, And I just heard through Mike that we got that was through the feed, or that he obviously got through that Sharon Robb. He says my accent is awesome. And shout out to you, Sharon. I'm going to try and make it as deep and guttural as I can. Which is going to go with Mom, right?
Yeah, we call her Mom. She takes care of all of us and keeps an eye on us all through the year. So a big shout out also to Mom, Sharon Raup. Much love. As everything that you've seen, right, that's what we bring to you here on CTV Sports. There's just such a team of people that I work with that make this broadcast and bring it to life. So, and Sharon's one big part of it, along with all of our on here. As we have Enrique. Wayne here is our producer. Of course, our executive producer. We have my nephew here, George Schwetz. And then it all works together with all of our camera people on there. So we have Austin flying the drone amazing. My wife Stephanie, actually in the center cam.
None of that VHS that we used to some grainy video from the middle cam, from the early 90s, So.
You got it.
There we go.
All of our camera. Yeah. All of our camera. We have Lucas on one of our end zone cams. And it's just amazing. And the other day, if you saw our semifinals, they were in the rain for 3 hours.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
And it's just phenomenal how many shots they still got. So great job. Over 120 broadcasts this season. So I hope you enjoyed it on their CTV Sports. As looks like we're going to get this one back in play here after the courtesy change. And you might see them go scoot off a little before because they called it a little earlier, this courtesy change. So you might see it change again. But here we go. Back to the action. Gringo, Columbra is inside. Nice ride-off. Gonza. And then a whistle on the play. So we'll take a look at this one.
It looks like Gonza just slipped in behind after Gringo had made the turn. I think Gonza was initially going for the foul, like going for the turn in front. And it looks like maybe the umpires are debating on which way it went. This camera, we see from this angle, it's going straight. Gonza looks like he's riding for it. And then Gringo turns, but then Gonza has to just sort of commit to that turn anyway.
Right.
So who knows which way up? Well, we know
which way they're going to call that. You could have gone either way. Like you said, it looks like it is going to go in favor of the Pampa Norte team.
Riding in underneath the shots. So.
Yep, you got it. And we will have a penalty 5A, and it'll be Pedrito Balabella. Going to work this one up. Pretty clean game here early on. Beside the first chucker, there were 2 penalty 2s, and that definitely helped Pampa Norte Biotricity early here. And then Audi has just been on fire. So let's see if they can keep his energy up. And Falabella, this is my man, Eric Frank, said that Audi need to watch out for. Pedrito trying to move it forward, backed up cleanly by De Nevaz, picked up by Heta, near side, offside on the move. Casanola, great with the ball. Keep an eye on him. He is super strong when he gets moving by himself. Casanola into the corner, look for the deep neck shot, bounces off a pony, picked up by Gringo. Columbra is now, he'll work it in the corner. Gonzalito coming in on the defense. The Cobra tries to steal. Back to the center. Could be a miss hit. Yep, picked up by Heta. This is what you need to watch out for here in the World Polo League when you have a broken play. And Heta will work it through 1, 2, 3. Shot on goal. Bounces off a pony. Casanola, and he'll finish it off. And wow.
Did a lot of work there.
Man, that's a lot of work. I got tired sitting here watching him do that, but wow.
Sure. He, obviously he's unlucky in his shot. He had to take a shot, but he had everybody diving in at him anyway, trying to get a piece of it. It's so hard to get the ball away from that guy, man.
And like you said, he is great with the stick, huh?
Yeah, it's almost like he has the sort of sixth sense when he sort of has the sixth sense knowing when you're taking a swipe at him. So you think the ball's there, and you either take a guess of where you think he's going to push the ball or where he's going to move it. And you take this wild machete swing at him, and suddenly he just fiddles it away.
Yeah, very quick. And his brother is too. Barto, very, very successful this year with Grant Ganzi, the ambassador for Casablanca. The Casablanca Polo team actually winning 2 of our tournaments this season. Here we go, though. Back in the center. We got a tied-up game. First time it was tied with the equalizer, 7-7. And away we go. Heta on the move. Casanola's got players running, but he's going to go ahead and keep this one for himself. Now the shot on goal on a half volley. Are you kidding me?
I love it.
Wow, what an eye. What an eye.
Yeah, they don't look like they're scared of the ball when it's bouncing. It's like you were talking about, Polito the other day saying that he prefers it in the air. It just doesn't.
Unbelievable, too, yeah. I mean, it's so many. And we might get a change here. We'll see what happens.
Maybe
they're going to go ahead and we are going to have a timeout for one of the 4-legged athletes. Remember, it is very warm today. The umpires will be watching.
And then their courtesy change was a little early, so you can see how they would want to give that to somebody.
Yeah, they did call that early.
Yeah.
And like you said, safety of the 4-legged horses.
It is hot, and also with all that rain the other day, it's also humid, so it's when you're outside, you can feel it when you're out there.
Shot another one on Enzo camera right there. Reese down in the far corner. Been unbelievable on those end zone shots. Big shout out to all of our crew out there. They do an amazing job. Can't put them at a higher level. Looks like they're going man-to-man on everything. It looks like the Cobra's going man-to-man on Wakas. And I was wondering about that, if they'll mix it up, because I know both these teams, Shug, they do play a full 4-player rotation, a little different dynamics than some teams. Here we go, though. They'll get it over center field, so positive play. Picked up by Denavaz, and he'll turn it around, Paco. But look at this, Gringo not giving him any room to work. And Gringo, he's a sword fighter. He's going to work here as Yoza will get control back to Gringo, and they're going to have an opportunity here. I thought Gringo might work that one in a little bit. He gets a piece of it. Now it goes back to Yoza. Good drop to Falabella. Good communication here by Pampa Norte. They think it would be a big goal for them if they get one here at the end. Falabella working it in. Now Gringo, the stick man, the stick man, the stick man. And this is a huge goal right now, Sugar. You got to tell me within the 30 seconds.
Yeah. And only in the second Chaka, and they've doubled themselves up. I don't see why. It's Chaka.
Well, you said it. You said it, Shug. One goal of Chucker is the least they need to get.
Yeah.
And just keep it close. And here we go. And what a big goal. And this is a true team effort.
Yeah, it was a hard goal. Gans put a lot of pressure on Falabella making that turn around there. And then obviously he had to switch sides, which meant that it gave Keta a chance to kind of nullify that play. But then you had Gringo rolling it in from behind. But everybody was really working that.
All right, so that'll send it off. So stay with us. We'll be back for our third Chucker play.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And, of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Stuart Sugar Erskine, our special guest today, Sugar. Once again, well, here we go. A very tight match. We got some new horses coming out.
We got Pampa Norte. We got Wakas coming out on Gin and Tonic. Fuck was coming out on Julieta. Gringo on Vegas. And Pedrito is coming out on Ferrari. Gans is coming on Mojitas Lupina. Jeta is coming out on Antojo. Gonzalito is coming out on Encaria Polvorora. Polovoro, and I'm butchering these names, my bad. And Paco is coming out on AW Carmelo.
So here we go. We'll keep ready, guys, because we have not seen a challenge. Not that it was, well, I got to tell you, very clean game.
Yeah,
Sugar, there hasn't been that many fouls. And we love finals that like that. It has been running and gunning, but each team does have a challenge here. And they need to use it or lose it in the third period. So we might see one here. Here we go. Big ball by Falabella, but nobody at home except Casanola. Going to be pushed in here by Gringo.
Beautiful play.
Open shot to the backside. Yeah, changing the field back. It looked like he was going to run the turn there, but he goes back to Heta. Now it looks like Audi going to a bit of a control game here. Ooh, the Cobra will override. Picked up and turned around by Pedrito. Left in there for Gringo. Gringo, rotation, and this is what they do very well. We were talking about early, Sugar and I. They're a 22-goal team that rotates very, very well. That's been a big part of the success. So, stolen away here by Gonzalito. He's going to work it around. Gonza's been doing a lot of work here in the first half. He didn't have the ball too much. His Heta has batted, so now he's taking control. Ben comes around here, and these guys play really well when you get in the mix. Here's Yoza. He's going to find Gringo. Ooh, Gringo overrides, picked up a Heta. Casanola, a little trouble. Broken plays can be trouble in this league, but well done. Gonzalito Pierres reads this one on the move. And he's going to get out in front of everyone and loving this four-legged athlete.
Beautiful pass.
Look at this pass to the Cobra. Ganzi with the approach shot, maybe off to the right. Look for the deep neck shot. Ganzi and the high flag and the Cobra sign comes out, and this is when you got to watch out, man. Woo!
Yeah,
what a goal.
That was a very good shot. Beautiful pass from Gonza. Obviously, his approach just sort of leaking out to the right a little bit. Got it on the volley. Sometimes when you swing so softly, it just goes a little too far, and it just came out, but then the finish was awesome.
Now, you said it, and I got to tell you, you mentioned something early that I really agree with because he's been hit. There's a Cobra sign. Watch out.
Cobra sign at the end.
He's striking, but he has been hitting all the penalties, and I've noticed that he's so smooth on the penalties.
Yeah, I need a lesson.
And I think one of the big reasons why he does take them is because that has really helped him when he runs the goal. And he will pass the stick if need be, but Cobra loves taking the penalties. Here we go, 8-8. Once again, what a final we got going on here for the 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo final. It has been an unbelievable game. It's open and running and gunning. Each team taking the lead, one team taking it back, and Heta. Casanola, a little pump fake. Leans way out, no problem. Slows it down, goes under the neck. Looking for Gonzalito to help a little bit. Gonza comes in, nice little pick, and it'll be Heta. Whoa, watch out. They're going to get away with one here, but not too much of it. Just a little bit of a sandwich. Good read right here. And now, Gringo said he wants it back, but we'll see. They have both teams have challenges. And Falabella thinking, take a look at it. He thought right before that he might have got sandwiched. This ball gets out in front, and,
it's
close.
Just behind his boot, maybe. It's hard to call. He's waiting for it. It's a call that the umpire probably had a very good line on from the positions they were in.
Now, is Heta 100% on the line, though?
I think you end up going the other side because you don't want to create any danger with the horse.
Sure, I understand.
So you maybe gave that up in a tiny way. It looks like somebody might be challenging or...
Yeah, we'll check with them on
it. They're triggering something, but...
You might have a trigger going on, too.
And then that's emotional play that you make after you said, after that play developed, you kind of say, sometimes you kind of feel a little bit hurt. You're like, they got away with one and you try and get away with one.
Yeah, no, they're going to use the challenge here, Sugar, so they're going to lose their challenge. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I wondered, the other play looked a lot like racing and rubbing to me. I think it was a good non-call earlier when Paco came up.
Yeah, I like it.
And before Heta got out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you needed to let that go. Bad luck there. I do agree with you. I think it was a little bit too far behind Gringo's boot. If it's up there a little bit more, then you got to let him go with it.
I think if you're just letting a horse go and you reach back, maybe sometimes you can get away with it. But it's when you are poor, when you're holding back just a little bit, when you're waiting for it, that's when it starts. And then there's obviously the distance.
Now, it had wheels rolling.
Yeah,
he had the window closing all day long. I like this call by the three-man team. And the Cobra will get his first open goal, and Cobra's been awesome, man. From the penalty line, his first of the day.
I need some lessons, man. I missed 3 the other day.
And as we go on here with 4:12 on the clock, Audi still has a challenge if they need it here in the first half. But once again, we'll see. This it seems like the Bolins have gotten a bit tighter, as you said.
Yeah, those first two, they just were coming out with free balls,
Yeah, everybody was getting breakaways, man. Now they're going to have a sword fight here. And let's see what happens here. They spin around. You never know in the scrum sometimes. Look at everybody trying to get position. After that many goals have been scored out of the Bolins, they come around there. I don't know if he's reaching or if Gonzalito's on way. Maybe he was reaching before.
I mean, the umpire couldn't have been in a more perfect possession of Stefan Fernandez.
Sure,
right
you know,
there,
it's just weird that Gonzalito's on the near side.
Yeah, and it's whether he felt that the ball was at a point that he could reach for it. So
right. Well, no, they stand right there. I mean, Ferrari was in a perfect spot. Estevan.
My bad.
So they'll go ahead and drop this one down at a 5A. Nobody running anywhere. No need to move this ball. I like the ball placement. Down the field, Heta. And they're going to mix it up here a little bit. Now, Heta, who's been in front, goes to the back of the game. And they're going to send, look at this shot by Dana. Oh, Paco.
Just on the volley. Takes his man, waits for the ball to come back to him.
Just an incredible shot. He's a power polo player.
It's his whole life has been like that.
You know that. He's played that same way, hit and run.
See him turning.
Same style we used to play.
Turning before, gets his man, picks the ball up and goes straight for it.
There you go. No messing around with it.
No, Gans tried to knock it out of the air. Wouldn't have helped, but...
Yeah, too bad. Pedrito was trying to get there to save that one.
Yeah.
He's just a click off. But remember, Paco, and we talk a lot about it, he's the type player, but he plays the game that the ball moves faster than the horses. So hit and run, bro, hit and run. Here we go, though. Falabella on the deep neck shot here. Audi with a 2-point lead here. They couldn't be in a better position based on the 4-goal handicap. We talked about it early. Now it'd be nice to see if Biotricity could get a few back here. Maybe at least get it tied up. Now the Gringo working it hard, leaves it for, Yoza went for the big hit. Falabella's going to change the line in here, and you might get a whistle.
Looks like you're going to get a whistle there. Jos's shot had to go through 400 legs.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Which is quite tough, you know.
Tough.
But then you know,
yeah,
maybe you're going to call them. Maybe they're going to get a. You know, just had to go into the near side there afterwards anyway. Yeah,
they're going to get the two there. Look, that was a great play by Pedrito. Changed the line just so nobody. At least they had to give him one play there.
Yeah,
and that one play is an easy tail shot.
I thought Gringo was going to give us one for the highlight reels because he had brought it in from a good 89
you might get a challenge here, and you know I wouldn't go against this for Audi.
2 minutes away.
Why not look at it, right?
Save a goal.
2:27 left in the third chucker. Risk-reward matrix. Perfect time to try.
Yeah.
You know, who knows how that ball could have went.
Body language suggests no.
Yeah.
But
I might have waited on the challenge for the Biotricity team. I might have waited on that one because Gringo did have to reach back a little bit.
That was maybe emotional, like we said, maybe emotional from the previous play. You know, you make a call and I presume, I think I've heard you say this before, you know, sometimes the guy who knows who called for that, but sometimes when you foul or you think you didn't foul, you should definitely not be the one that calls.
Yeah, so they did challenge the play,
as we
said.
They've lost that. So both lost their
challenges. But a good challenge, especially during the time of the game. And, you know, a lot of stuff going on there. Man, I mean, remember, we get all the angles. We get everything here on CTV Sports. You got to remember that the umpires and even some of the players out there, it can be tough on the quick line change. I talk about it all season long. And look at this. So this is what they want. Get Yoza going forward. Oh, he leaves it behind. Gonza will override, but Heta will control. Minute. Heta. Ooh, out of play. And this is where the Biotricity team needs to get a positive possession, Sugar.
With this amount of time left on the clock, you can maybe run it down enough to where you can at least keep them in the right place.
Just outside the 60, so he's allowed to dribble this play.
I like this.
And Falabella says, I'm taking it to the hoop. Get out of the way. Pedrito, that ball's got eyes. Wakas Al-Sadiq. And Wakas will get the equalizer as time goes tick, tick, tick. You're going to see some guys changing horses here. I'm not sure if we'll get a bowl in, but I like this play here by Falabella. He puts it out in front, and I like the non-call too. Well done
I like
here.
the non-call, yeah. I mean, the guys all screaming bloody murder, but
Yep.
They all actually came from the other side anyway.
The lesser angle definitely going there. Great play by Waqas Al-Sadiq. He's in the right place, right time. We have a few players on some fresh legs here. They're going to play out this 30 seconds. Look at this. Biotricity, it bounces off the pony. Good pickup here by Paco, and Paco mounted up again here at the end. Checks his shoulder one time. He's got the Cobra going forward. Leaves this one. The clock goes tick, tick, tick. Gonzalito's going to be all by himself. Shot on goal by Gonzalito, and the high flag, and wow, power polo play by Audi to close this out this first half. That is power polo at its finest.
Paco called off Keta with a tiny little tail shot just to set up Gonzo, which is unbelievable. Puts him in the perfect place. I mean, 3 players running over the ball, and the ball only maybe moved,
unselfish
3 yards, and then they get a full shot on goal with nobody in the goal. Obviously, Gringo trying to get back to save it.
What a goal by Gonzalito. It's going to be Gonzalito's first goal of the day.
Beautiful goal.
But that was a beautiful goal. And there's a great shot of the Audi team as they go to their tent. Here's our stats here, our first half stats. 11-10, of course. Audi 13. Biotricity needs a few more shots. They need to get a few more shots on goal. Audi definitely winning that part. Knock-ins, though. Very high percentages by both teams here, Sugar, shooting. Throw-ins. Look at that.
It's crazy.
Biotricity winning 3 more.
Almost all the goals.
You got it. Foul committed. 3 and 3. And look at this Biotricity. They're all 30s. And then a 60 and just a 30 for the thing. Well, so Shug, what's your any final words here on our first half, anyways, or what each team might have to do?
No, obviously, like we were talking before, it ended up that they did take advantage of their first couple of chuckers and put as more goals than we expected on the game. I think Audi, woke up and jumped back, and they jumped back really quickly. A lot of those goals were easier goals than you'd want because they come out of the throw-in, but both teams had that. So you can't really, fault one team or the other. And it's just going to be now, can they hold it through the next little bit, because...
Okay, so now remember, there's one thing about the Biotricity. We love this Audi team. They came out firing, but we know the Pampa Norte Biotricity team is a second-half team. So we are going to go to a little commercial break. Enjoy our commercial break here on CTV Sports, and we'll be back for our second half of the 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo Final.
We're here at Santa Rita Polo Farm cooking an Argentine-inspired fire meal for the Ganzi family. We have a 4-course meal tonight, and everybody will be tasting the food that we cook on the fire. We're here in Wellington at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. It's a beautiful place that we've come for several years. We love cooking here. The combination of our fire cooking with the table set next to the barn and to the horses just creates a beautiful atmosphere, and we love coming here and creating experiences every year. I think anybody that is new to these events is going to be very shocked right when they walk in, not only because of the grill setup or the fire cooking, but just the whole walk into this barn, you know, with the horses eating right next to you, and then the tables are set with candles. I just think the whole atmosphere around this place is beautiful and very shocking. With the menu, we always try to, bring new things to the dinners, new items. Obviously, we try to source everything that's in season and try to do our best to keep the menu changing and flowing. I'm Augustine Malman, and welcome to my chef's table at Santa Rita Polo Farm.
The Lennox. When you walk into the lobby, you will see the tranquil world. You're getting out from the fast-paced world of Miami Beach. We have an hotel of 119 rooms, all of them with different touches and different personality, very based on our greenery and eco-friendly environment. I'm very proud of our restaurant. It's Mediterranean inspired by our executive chef, Hernan Glucini, who is a Michelin star experienced chef with international background. Our pool, very small, very intimate. Remember, Lennox is the quiet and tranquil place in the craziness of South Miami Beach.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pérez.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pérez.
I'm Alejandro Novillo Estrada.
Hello, I'm Nacho Novillo Estrada. I made goals and here back in Aspen.
My favorite part about AVSC is seeing all my friends. I have so many friends here at AVSC and USASA, and don't know what I would do without them. Just hanging out with my coach. Hanging out with my coach would be really fun too, but I just need friends too, you know? Everybody needs friends.
AVSC is like a really fun place because you're gonna make jumps, new friends, and get to ski a lot of places.
When you see kids, they are smiling, they are happy, they are laughing, they are telling jokes, they are just glowing with excitement, and that just makes me feel confident that we are really doing something right, and that's really what it's all about.
You know, this is ABFC's largest fundraiser for our club, you know, and I think the true importance of this is we're making a conscious effort to make sure that kids in the Roaring Fork Valley have the opportunity to get on snow, ski, and snowboard.
So I've been a part of the Aspen Valley Ski Club since I was 10 years old, and growing up in the valley was a really special experience because you're open to so many different opportunities, and one of which is being able to ski. And I never really thought that my dreams would come true, but now Aspen Valley Ski Club has allowed me to ski for a living, and I can never be more grateful for being a part of the club.
We love ABSC! We love ABSC!
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Stuart Sugar Erskine. Once again, Sugar, thank you so much for being our special guest today.
My pleasure.
I love it, man. I know how much polo you played in and your intelligence and what you bring to the field and to our broadcast. So it's had a lot of fun having Sugar here. What a game here. We started out, you know, it's a 4-goal difference at the beginning of the game. It went back and forth. It was 7-5 after the first chucker. Pampa Norte Biotricity keeping their lead. They're there, you know, with their 4-goal handicap. Then they went into the second chucker at 8-7. Audi started to get, you know, they came out strong, Audi, but then they started going. It was a 1-1. It was a defensive battle in the second chucker. Then it opens up again, and it turns into 11-10 at halftime. Audi with the 1-point lead, sure.
Yep. If they'd held that gap a little longer, they might have come out of this tent a little bit more confident, you know, Pampa Norte. But by losing it, they're going to have to sort of, I wouldn't say gamble, but they're going to have to, you know, put everything out there. They need a perfect game.
The one thing is good for them. They did come out strong.
Yes.
To keep it close because they are a second half team. Who we got coming out? We got some horses coming here, some brand new 4-legged athletes.
Well, Cuss doesn't have any. He's got a question mark, so we don't know what he's coming out on. Fakujosa is coming on Don Ericol Elite. Gringo is coming on Tuco Sofita, and Perito Falabella on Moneda. And then Gans is coming on Machitos Jabalina. Jeta is coming out on Catwoman. Gonzalito is coming out on Ole. And Paco is coming on Aurora.
Amazing 4-legged athletes we've seen here. As we said, they've been switching them up a lot today. Is that ball stuck up on top?
No.
No. I'm like, they get a pop up there and go out of bounds and just come back in? Or
it'll be once in a lifetime. We ever see that.
Unbelievable. Might have got caught there. I guess they're going to go ahead and drop it here.
It was a triple sandwich.
I guess we got a
little double sandwich.
Oh, yeah, sandwich.
Yeah.
It's Gonzalito sandwich.
Uh-huh.
So there's a perfect example of a sandwich there. 2 players from each side. If you're new to the game of polo, remember, field out there, 300 yards long by 160 yards wide. Goalposts are 24 feet, 8 yards apart. Goal, you know, the object of the goal, put the ball between the posts. And, of course, we do switch directions, if you've been noticing that, if you are a new viewer. And every player must play with their right hand also. Just some rules, because we have so many new viewers that come on every day. But this is the finals of the Triple Crown of Polo, and it's been going back and forth. And right now, Jeta Castañola, 10 goals rating, the highest you can be in the game of polo. And that's good D.
Very good defense. No whistle. Awesome. He, you know, obviously Jeta, he's forcing someone to look over his shoulder the wrong way. A lot of percentage polo, you know, back in the day we would have just taken that shot. These guys will go spin back around and to come back running it back in.
You got it. So they're going to come in here, and that ball is going to get snapped way to the outside. Picked up quickly by Paco. Not giving him much room. Well read here by Falabella. And if you just joined us, of course, Audi in the black jersey. Mark Ganzi playing the 1-on-1 goal. Jeta Castañola, 10 goals, playing the number 2. Gonzalito Pierre playing the number 3 with 9 goals. And Paco de Nevada playing the number 4 on 6 goals. That's Audi in the black. The Biotricity, the Pampa Norte Biotricity in their white jerseys. Wakas, Al Sadiq on an A rated. And Facundo Yoza playing number 2 on 7 goals. Gringo Columbus playing number 3 on 8 goals. And Pedrito Falabella playing the number 4 on 7 goals. And we get a whistle on the play.
Yeah, I just put my head down. I was looking at the
You
horse
got there in
list.
your replay there, right? We always see all the replays over and over here in the CTV studio, so we do have the ability.
Here it comes up. Yeah.
Same thing that our IRO, instant replay third man, Steve Lane, is going to see. And maybe too far in front there, huh?
Just drifting
Uneven
over.
right off.
Yeah, just drifting over.
Yeah, as he reaches out. So this is what Pampa Norte Biotricity wants. They want to get to the penalty line. They have been phenomenal from the penalty line. And I don't care if it's a 2, 3, or 4. But remember, if you're new to the game also, the 2s are 30 yards, the 3s are 40 yards, and the 4s are 60 yards. And these guys have been hitting them great. Gringo's been hitting them great. Facundo's been hitting them great. And if they need Pedro to hit them, he will destroy them. So here you go with an opportunity. It's going to be Yoza on the 60. So, wow.
Beautiful
now,
shot.
This is a change here, Sugar, because he's been taking all the short ones, and Gringo and Pedrito have been taking the long ones. So, I guess, I had Wakas Al Sadiq in there. He said, Dale, whoever feels good hits him.
He must be feeling it because obviously the other two are big hitters, but that was a phenomenal penalty. So
Huge goal here. Huge goal to start off the second half. There we go. They're going to win another bowl-in. And remember, from our halftime stats, they actually won, 3 or 4 more. And every possession is so big in a match as high as this. 26 goals, World Polo League, highest level of polo in North America outside of Argentina. And this has been a phenomenal match. It's just been so clean and running and gunning. The horses have been just so perfect. And remember, Sugar brought up, and we'll talk a little bit more about it at our Kersey change, but both these teams played semifinals on very heavy fields because it was very wet. So horsepower is going to be big here at the end. Bella, I don't know how he even hit that one. Comes off the stick. They're using Paco to come in a lot more here. Paco has been usually staying way back, but I think Sugar, he seems to be diving in on a lot more plays.
I feel like it's maybe Geta's style where he feels so confident gaining possession of and he's not going to lose the ball. So
yeah, once
it gives you another player to go forward.
I agree. And I would think they're trying to get the Geta early.
Yeah.
So with Paco, who's such a power polo player.
Paco's also been renowned for coming through. Like, it was just his thing. He was such a solid back, but at any given moment, you never knew when he put his head down, he would.
No, when he comes through.
Yeah, in this day and age, in this game, it's very seldom what number you have in the back of your shirt is kind of irrelevant.
Very good point.
We have a sense of where you are on the field, but at the end of the day, most of them have the ability to play either side of the field. It doesn't matter whether
hockey on horseback.
100%.
Yeah, and even so, and even teams that are designed like Melissa Gandy's team, the Centralita team who does it sometimes, like Jeff Hildebrand's team too with Taco, where they play in the front. Even somewhere in the game, they're rotating back in and changing the game as the chess game goes. So as I said to you, some teams do it right from the start, but people are using it, the development of the game, the power of the horses over the years. As we've been talking about the horses and all the different breeders. Well, you remember, Sugar, back in the day, most of the horses came off the racetrack.
Yes, the design obviously perfect for the game that we played in those times. The stamina, the lungs, not changing that much. That sort of came in the late part of the 90s, where you started seeing. Before, we were laughed at if you changed your horse. Like, your training was bad or something.
Sure. No, we tried to play a horse, for you. It was like an amazing one because a horse could play a full chucker.
Yeah.
Remember now, every shot from the center that goes in is worth 2 points, as our 2-point conversion play has been on key here at the World Polo League. So we have not seen one all year, but we've seen a couple hit. And Del Carrillo was one who hit one just to the left. And, well, they have a couple players out here today who I can actually can do it. So if they need one, they can get one. Here we go. Gansey down the field on the move as they changed up here. It looks like they went into the courtesy change a little bit earlier. So they did let that one go. Wakas, he'll pick this one up on the near side. And it looks like they come together there. And we'll see what they decide on here. Remember, both teams receive a new challenge. Looks like they turned all together there.
Maybe not enough contact between. If Wakas had waited just a split second,
right?
You know, they might be discussing this one.
Right, and you might get a trigger off this. Remember, because these are the type of plays that on these plays on where the umpires are in different positioning.
Yes. Or maybe they're just discussing whether it has to be from the spot.
Okay, so White's going to challenge the call, and they're going to say no foul.
I like it.
Yeah, so good challenge here. I mean, I think they're running and gunning here. Let's watch the angle. But the ball's going across the field.
It is. Obviously, he should, if he had the chance to
go the offside?
Yeah, to go the offside. I don't think.
Well, you don't have marking out on the line.
Not as much as you'd have liked to have.
So
Maybe that's why they did challenge it.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest play. That's the biggest point.
You also remember that we all think we got fouled or we didn't foul. You know,
or you wouldn't foul. We know that.
Exactly.
We know that. And then definitely, though, I thought at first the way Mark rode that it was actually going that way, but you could see on the replay that ball goes across the field.
With a bit of spin as well. From this angle, it looked like it was definitely like it was coming.
100%. That's why we love the angles. Now you guys can understand how difficult it can be. And also, I always talk about the quick line change, hardest call for the umpires and the players. When that ball, and what is a quick line change? A line changes very quickly. And how far does it have to be? Far enough that the umpire saw it move. So it could be a couple inches. Here we go. Gringo. And Gringo's saying, yo, wait a minute, man. I made a foul in the first half. I think I'm reading his mind right here, Sugar. I don't know if you are, but I think he's saying, yo, I made a foul earlier in the first half, and that is pretty similar.
Pretty close. Gons is sort of holding on to his horse. I mean, you'd hate to challenge this, you know, and it's not going to happen.
I don't think they'll challenge this.
You're not going to happen.
No, and you know, I got to tell you, the Audi team has been very strong. Both of these teams have been very strong. I got to tell you, most of the teams, but now this is what would be interesting, and I was wondering about this. They've been so tight with each other to move this ball for a 60's tough. You know, but
yes, it's like that's too much of an advantage.
Yeah, too much of an advantage.
You're giving him too much, you know.
But I mean, you know, a lot of the balls 20 yards off the center this year have been being moved because, like Melissa's team, Melly stays out there, so then you give them a reason to move the ball.
You got somebody
different
in the front.
players. We saw that also with Quite on Z.
He didn't look comfortable for the full shot, but they were coming back anyway.
Bella says he's going to take this one. Yeah, she'll get out in front there, and they'll hit. They moved a lot of balls for them too. So this is a good move though from the center on the reaching call. Pedrito Falabella working very hard there. Bad luck. But we got a neutral game going on right here in the Ford Chucker.
Audi's being very patient, obviously, there. Nobody wants to foul. So he had his shot, but it was a difficult shot. He had horses in front of him, and they're very well spaced out. This is where you see the progression of Audi, looking how one's waiting, one's running, somebody's coming in behind.
Yeah, great
very
rotation.
Well decided, and now they're already over halfway. That's just from a knock-in.
We've seen amazing plays all season long by so many different teams inside the 60. The great defensive plays we've seen inside the 60s. And, wow, I don't know what happened here. But it looked like he might have just gave them that ball, and they might jump on it. And Heth's going to just grab and turn very quickly, and he's going to go switch again. And I think Gringo might – we're going to watch this play. They might stop the clock and check this out. They're going to have a timeout. I'm going to see what we got on here on your replay here. Sure,
yeah,
like Gringo maybe got hit, but for me, first look, it looked like he hit the ball to the inside and gave the ball up, but then it looked like he got something happen.
Yeah, unless it got the hip bone, maybe the hip bone in the back of Heta's horse. I felt like Gringo was going to come back inside. He maybe didn't have enough room. If you see where Pedro's
here's the replay right here, Sugar. We were just talking about.
I thought he was going to come inside here, but going forward, but then.
But
they probably screaming bloody murder that he was pushed him in, you know. So
yeah. No, I mean
it's a mute point now because
it's a mute point. No foul was called. It does happen. It does happen.
But that's the work. You know, we obviously we know that it happens to us all the time. But you can see when you get a hip bone, that looked like it got the bump. Actually, would look quite a little more severe than you thought. That hip bone. especially at different paces. So if you're trying to go forward and somebody's just...
Well, you know what's so hard about that call as an umpire, Sugar? Does the player with the ball ride into the player riding, or is the guy pushing them in? Are you with me?
And at the same time, the angles are changing so much.
Yeah.
You know,
no, I mean,
it's impossible.
It's impossible. Listen, I mean,
it's not just a back shot, you know, and you're turning on that line.
So tough to call. So. And that could have went either way. It could have been Gringo just moving from left to right,
yes.
and the two defenders staying. Oh, here's a better angle.
To be honest,
Let's watch this angle.
I thought he was going to turn to the inside, go back towards the boards here. But
on that angle, looks like he might have pushed him in there.
I would say they got away with
You know what
one.
I'm saying? Different angle.
Yeah, I'd say they got away.
Gringo definitely took. He just took the blunt of it. He didn't want to make sure he's okay. So we'll have a timeout here, and
picture of the whole Audi crew coming
got
over.
The Cobra there also checking.
Uh-huh.
Great sportsmanship by the Audi team. All of their trainers there.
Lisa.
Jeremy right there in the black shirt. Pablo in the white shirt.
Yeah. Lisa in the black shirt over there.
Lisa, top manager.
Doc Swerland as well.
Dr. Scott Swerland right there in the striped shirts.
Very nice to see the sportsmanship coming over from the other tent. And
yeah, very good sportsmanship by the Audi team and their whole crew.
Or tell him to get off the ground, one of the two.
And actually, Lisa, working with our crew, actually helps us out with all these beautiful four-legged athletes that we're talking about. Well, while we're waiting on him here, you know,
it's unbelievable.
Sugar, I know you like wings, and
there we go.
You know, you got a big family to feed, so, you know, I can tell you could go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Have you been to Buffalo Wild Wings and watched the...
last time I was there, I haven't been there while Polo was on, obviously, because when Polo was on, we had Polo.
Yeah.
But I was there with Jeff Blake and the Duca, and I ate some sliders, which was awesome, so...
Great. You can go there, have wings, burgers, beers, you know, and also watch the WPL World Polo League live now.
I get a lot of business from us Polo people, that is for sure.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And they also have there's a lot of TVs in that place. So
that they do.
Isn't it amazing?
You feel like you're at the beach, you know?
Yeah. Good call. Yeah. And you can watch so many different sports there, but now you can also watch polo. So we want to thank Buffalo Wild Wings. And we spent a lot of time over there having fun.
It's a fun
just
spot.
Great staff. It's always good energy there.
You know what I love about it as well? It has that open thing, and then side where it catches a lot of that wind. It goes. It's a whole thing. The wind just blows through.
Yeah,
it almost feels
and
like
that's one of the areas you can watch is out there. It's actually they're making that area, actually designing it even more to be a polo area.
I like it.
Yeah. So if you like to eat outside. And so it looks like we got everybody on horses. You're going to get everybody. We had the courtesy change. You're going to get everybody on fresh legs here.
Yeah.
With the injury.
Yeah. It looks like Heta's coming back already. Most people are going to be starting to come back on everything again now. So we're going to start seeing a lot of the same horses we saw before.
And you're going to see, a lot of the horses from the first half, too, they're rested up. That's one big thing. Okay, so the goal did count. So we'll give that one to Heta Castagnoli. So there was no call. There was flag, non-call. So that'll be 1-1 here. And good sign that Gringo's okay. And here we go, though. The Bolin and Heta on fresh legs, and this could be trouble. Heta. And like you said, Sugar, I mean, man, we have seen a lot of goals scored out of the Bolin.
That we have.
Castagnoli.
Which is probably why we're seeing such a high score we're only in the fourth chakra. This could get to the 16th, 17th number, you know.
Yeah,
so.
No, they're getting beat on the rotation right now, and you need to keep a hold of Heta because once the rotation falls apart and you don't have anybody back, one of the best things about the Biotricity team, Pampa Norte, Biotricity team is they usually have someone back all the time. Right there, that was a Bolin, as Sugar was saying, so you're flat-footed. And I would have somebody out. With the amount of goals that's been scored by both teams, I'd have somebody way out of the bowl and just forget about it. Because when you break loose today, the horses have been amazing. Great ball here by Heta. Will it stay on the field? No.
Anything over halfway is too close to the goal for those guys. They
2 points for the halfway line. And also, here's what you can do, Shug. At the end of the game here, say they were losing by 2 goals and they had an open goal penalty 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah.
They can elect to take it back to center.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and try to make it. So that's been put in by the tournament committee, and I love that procedure. And because it could come into play where you're down by 2 goals at 5 seconds, 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I like Freddie's idea that he came up with the other day, like an arc just inside the halfway. I mean, it's going to annoy the ground crew.
I think you might see some developments like that. A lot of players have talked about it, maybe having a 120 or 130.
Mm-hmm.
Back and forth right here as we click down into our final 30 seconds. And 2-goal lead by Audi. They come together here. And was Gonzalito behind them, or did he reach behind them?
I think the ball I think Gringo lost the ball right at the end. He was reaching for it, but it might have got just underneath him.
That's what I was wondering. Did Gonzalito reach behind them, though?
Like it gets stuck underneath him.
Oh, so he's not. But I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna let that one slide.
They came together right there.
Yeah,
I don't know if they had a call or not. I think you might go see. They might. Take a look at this because they can check this because of the contact.
Yeah. So
that's one thing I love about the trigger. They can go to the contact. No.
Looks like Donyak's getting some radio signals.
Yeah, we can take a look at the. We'll see. See, it's just because contact is the biggest thing. Definitely, I agree to Sugar. The ball was behind.
Yeah, he was reaching for it a couple of times, and then Gonza came in.
Yeah, so it would be the contact on when he does steal it.
Yes.
And Hetta gets the pass, but. Yeah. We're going to go ahead. It's going to end the chucker. They're going to probably they're going to trigger it and look at it. So here we go. Well, there's your 4th chucker. We'll send everybody off to get some fresh, beautiful new horses, and we'll be back here for our 5th chucker of the 2023 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo Final.
Foot golf, it's a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, have you tried it? I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick this many hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the U.S. Open are the 2 top U.S. tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe foot golf.
When I founded the Taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything that goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
Welcome back. Okay, well, we got to review this, and this is a trigger, and they had the opportunity to trigger this play, and the trigger was basically because of the contact that they had there. But remember the old line we always say, there's no right of way on the near side. So let's watch this play right here where Gringo has the ball. He could just stop here. Gringo could just stop on the near side, and Godley's needs to jump the boards and then go the offside, but he elected to go on the near side, and he makes contact there. So they'll start the 5th chucker with a penalty 5A.
Yeah, he was on the wrong side over there. So.
Yeah, on the wrong side. And there's only a right-of-way on the near side is only when you play in the arena, and that's indoor polo. You need to be established on the near side when you start. You need to have the ball on the near side, and then a player needs to give you that right. You can't just dive in on the near side, but it only happens in the arena, not out on the outdoor field. So here we go. 5th chucker ball, Audi up by 2. Gringo.
Oh, Gonza.
Wow. Taken out of there cleanly. Now Facundo. Yoza. Going to stop it here. They're going to have to give him a play. Ooh. And we'll see what happens here. Now, remember, each team still has a challenge because remember earlier, The Pampa Norte Biotricity team, they did challenge a call in the fourth, and they won the challenge.
Yeah, and they won it.
And here we go. This ball gets hit out of the air cleanly. Let's see what happens. He taps it forward.
Yeah, Gonza's very patient, and every time somebody comes to try and pick him, he's just proving that he's already there. Whether that was enough, no, they didn't give it to him.
So they're going to go ahead and...
Oh, they did.
Well, it looks like they're going to put this ball in favor of Audi. I don't know if you get a challenge here or not. We'll see. Audi seems like they're setting up. Oh, okay. There was a soccer ball that kind of came from outside the field, and so umpires being safe, of course. They'll make sure the soccer ball. So we do come to a polo game. Make sure you keep all your soccer balls and children and pets off the field if possible. Remember, we do come to a polo game too. If you're there live, remember the ball will leave the field too, as it does in baseball on a foul hit that goes out or a home run. So always keep your head on a swivel when you're at a polo game. You're live at the Grand Champion Polo Club or our sister club, the Aspen Valley Polo Club. Here we go, back and forth. Gringo, Pampa Norte Biotricity there. Wakas going to get one. Backed up cleanly by Paco, but well read here by Columbres. Nice back shot. Nice tail shot there by Gringo over to Yoza. Faku. He'll work it inside. Good with the polo ball. He has been a gem to watch play the game. I got to tell you, I've enjoyed this season with him. Well done, Yoza. Facundo diving, ducking, and diving, bobbing and weaving, just trying to get through the pack, doing a great job. You got players going forward here, though. Now you need to watch out because here comes the stick man. But look at this. Facundo still working it, but watch out, guys, because what happens in this league on broken plays is goals get scored, and now Castaноla on the move. Heta. Nice approach shot here. Gringo's got a lesser angle, I would say. Good pickup here by Gringo. He's going to run the turn. That's a great defensive play right there. That ball got hit under the neck by Heta. So Gringo definitely had to have the lesser angle. Great non-call by the mounted officials. Running and gunning here in our fifth chucker. Wow, this has been great polo. Moving the ball. Bad luck, Gringo. Turned around by Heta. A little tap on the ground. Oh, and that's a clean beat right there by Gringo.
Oh, that was clean.
Oh,
that
wow.
Clean.
We'll see. We'll take another look at it. Maybe I called it wrong, but he could be over there. We'll see where this line is going. Oh, and
no foul. I don't see it.
Is Gonza 100% on the line there? It would be Gonzalito. Because he's the second man, so we better take another look at it just to see.
Well, he doesn't have to be 100% in the line because.
Well, Gonzalito, if he's 100%, then he fouls the second man. See.
Well, Gonza doesn't have to be 100% of the line. Gringo has to be 100% because he's actually meeting the ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. So
Gonza
could come in at any angle.
Not the foul.
Yeah.
Not the foul is what I'm saying.
Yep.
It looked like Gonzalito was more on the line. I was looking like Heta was definitely not. Because Heta was running away, but I didn't realize Gonza was following that old line.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
no, that's foul.
So Gonza, so good call. Good call. Yeah, I actually didn't even see Gonzalito.
I was just I'm like a Jack Russell. I was just watching the ball and Gringo, So.
Oh, he's not going to be on there.
Eh?
So no, he's not going to be white challenged. No foul. So right. So yeah, I didn't get the chance to look at it here. I'd love to see it again, guys. We can play it here because I wasn't sure. I thought he was clean at first. And they challenged it, and they broke it down. So let's see exactly where this ball is going.
Gringo and Keto is fine. Gringo
no,
and
watch.
Keto's
No,
fine.
see, but Joe, Gonzalito's not on that line. He's not 100%. For that to be a foul, Gonzalito needs to be 100% on that line. Great challenge here.
Great challenge. To be honest, I still think it's a foul.
Yeah,
but I haven't read the rule book since 1995, so it's impossible for me.
On that play, for that play right there to be a foul, Gonzalito would have had to be 45 degrees over more coming on the angle.
But the player following the ball.
No, but he got to be 100% on the ball.
Meeting the ball.
No, and also following him.
For the second player.
Yep, he got to be 100%.
I disagree.
You got to be 100%
I don't know
on
what
it.
I'm talking about, but I disagree.
Mm-hmm. So, great challenge here, though. Biotricity.
Great challenge.
Pampa Norte winning 2 challenges in the second half here. and using them against the Matrix because, well, they did move that down for a penalty too, so I got to give them love on it. Well done.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately, Gringo was gone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Good call. And, now they come together here. It could be a kind of a tough angle. And so we will see. That's a big thing, yeah. Do you have Gringo on a true breakaway? Now they come together here, and that looks uneven. Remember, they can look at every play that there's any kind of contact can be looked at.
Yeah, here it comes.
Yeah, God, I wouldn't challenge this one. They might need a challenge here. I know they've been doing well, but they're going to challenge this one and lose it. Definitely looked like Falabella was off.
And all they were gaining is the
angle-wise
the spot
uneven.
Hit. Yeah, all I'm saying with a challenge, all they're gaining.
Yep,
is the spot.
2 for 3 on challenges. Though, great job by the Pampa Norte Biotricity team. But this was a play right here. They probably just would have had a 5 out of it. Yeah, see, so that's where I just wouldn't have done it. The other one, it was a penalty 2, Shug.
Yeah, it was huge.
And so you need to try to save any of those. But a 5 right here doesn't hurt you. Look, they would have got the ball back.
Yeah. I mean, it was for the way the throw-ins
still would have had a challenge.
Yeah, for the way the throw-ins have been going, could have been 50-50 anyway. So
yeah, so
I didn't really think it was that bad.
You didn't think it was that bad?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes stuff gets given away. It's the contact's so close now. It's like ballet. It's not rough. So when you see something just a little bit rougher,
Yeah, I call it NASCAR, racing and rubbing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in NASCAR, sometimes the cars rub a little bit.
Yeah,
it's not called a foul in NASCAR, but when they do hit it really hard, then they have issues. And of course, this has been very physical. And Gringo's going to get one here for the block.
Yes.
And this is if the Pampa Norte Biotricity team can get one here and keep the pressure on, because we're seeing a lot of adrenaline now, Sugar. It's come together, but he's blocking him. He can't get out of there, so they need to give him one play.
Quite a sneaky play of Geta there. If you saw when he went in, instead of going underneath the neck, he sort of just angled the mallet head and almost snuck it. Unfortunately, he ended up giving it away. But
yeah,
it just the way they look at the game, or the way they look at the physics of where the other players are, it's unbelievable. Like they can just feel, they just sense where they have to put their ball for the next play. I don't even think they're thinking about where the play is at that time. I think they are constantly looking at how to make that next break out of the next development of the next play. It's amazing to watch. It's unbelievable. And then obviously
actually they called the first play.
Which one?
Have to call it foul.
Coming underneath Falabella.
Yeah. So right here, this was the first one. They called that one.
Yeah.
So, and then they played the advantage. Because we're going to a 5.
Yeah.
So even though I think they still had to give them one play on the other one, I still think anyway. So,
probably, yeah.
But yeah, just let them know. And of course, our instant replay official, third man, Steve Lane, in contact with our mounted officials all the time. And Ashley and Myers, and of course, Jordan here, who does all the replays, runs it back and forth so they can look at it at slow-mo, half speed. They can break it down, run it around. You can't believe what they do. Just unbelievable to make sure they may make more of a precise call. It's changed the game of polo, and CTV Sports pioneered that in 2014. And it's just changed the game. Here we go. Back to the action. Fit Chucker. And this is a big error, big time in the game. Audi gets another, and they're up by 3. And, the Biotricity team gets one, and it's a 2-goal game. So it's a huge moment here. This 3 minutes is huge, huh, Shug?
Crosstalk, yeah. This is it. This is because we don't. If Audi gets a couple goals now, the game's a bit of an innovative crosstalk over here. He kind of it doesn't look like he touched much, but he obviously felt it.
Oh,
yeah. It looked like Heta's mallet was just leaning over.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, there might have just been a little nick for sure.
It's a game of inches, right?
And fuck, we felt the hit, the tap, you know.
Yeah, Loza made it look good, too.
Yeah.
This Blackberry, he gets a lot done on. Like you said, I want a big shout out to Magula Prida, who was injured. He captains the team. He's done a great job. I know some of his horses have all been also mixed through the team. As I want to thank Waqas Al-Sadiq for joining us, as Sugar is today, being one of our special guests that we have here on CTV Sports. I hope you've been enjoying our special guests. We've been bringing in different players to see their perspective of the game, hear their perspective of the game, and, of course, my man, Jan-Erik Frank, always live at the field, entertaining and keeping everyone involved right there at the number 2 field, number 1 to the right, number 2 to the left. Like if you missed our World Cup, that's where we had the World Cup yesterday. Bringing the 30-goal polo back, or the 0 to 40, actually.
It's a fun idea.
Yep, the 30-goal back in the day. The World Cup was just 30 goals, but the Copa Republica, I'm sure I know Sugar, you know all about that one. And I did not realize what a big tournament it was in Argentina. Here we go, opportunity. Ken Waqas Al-Sadiq with the near side. Great play by the Cobra, and the shot on goal, and look at this. The energy has just changed.
Huge goal. Gansey got there just in time. Gans was, had to force himself to run down Waqas and get that hook. But you can see Pedrito coming behind and just gain control of Paco.
Well done by Waqas to be out in front. Great D here by the Cobra. Both sponsors playing hard. Big energy, and then everybody lines out very well. As you said, Sugar, Falabella, but watch out. And they're on fresh legs right here. Heta. Oh, well done, Falabella. What a hook. Leaning out over the horse's ears. Now Yoza for a save, and he gets it done. Now, do you get the safety here?
Or is it a penalty?
Or do you have, there's a little contact down in front. And
I might talk about this one.
Let's take another look at it. It's kind of interesting. Yoza once, checks, piece of it. He does come over a little bit, but is it enough? As that ball rides out of bounds, and was the ball out of bounds already?
I think the debate is going to be whether it's a penalty 2 or penalty 1 or 2. Penalty 1 or 2 on there, but it doesn't look like it.
Safety,
it looks like it's a safety. So
yeah, you're going to safety.
They were screaming.
Now, all you'd get was they'd have to challenge if they wanted to look at her name. But I think Yoza maybe got a piece of that before. So I don't know what they're going to do. We'll see.
They might be triggering, you think, or no? Why is the pause? No, just changing.
No, they're lining up for safety. Yeah. No call to play.
I like it.
No reason. No reason to. As the ball is out of bounds. And go with the safety, you'd have to have a challenge. And Audi's just going to save their challenge.
Inside the post.
And that's why they're going to save their challenge.
There we go.
Because that has been amazing from the belly line, too. So,
you
know when a guy's shooting good, you've been there before, Sugar.
Well, there's goalposts up there on Old Polo Express and the new Polo School, and that guy just hits penalties all day long. So,
yeah, very close, but the umpires are talking about it. They can trigger any goal. I'm a big fan of the future of triggering every goal. Procedures change all the time here at CTV Sports, always bettering the game of polo. Audi on the move. Look at this power polo play by Heta Casanola and Gonzalito Pierres, and watch out. Here comes Audi.
Yeah, that's from just other side of halfway line. Almost looked like a perfect layup for Gans, but Gonza was coming in hot.
Yeah, perfect layup for the Cobra, like you said, but Gonza just came from nowhere.
Yeah. Gonza gained control of his man enough to where he could then take a chance.
Yep. And Gonzalito must have felt very, very comfortable there. Mixing it up. Audi playing like they usually play here. So let's see if the Pampa Norte team can pump it up a little here. There's a 3-goal lead. And we always talk about here in polo, when you have 3 goals, you always can take a few chances and go for it. And, you're always still up by 2. So, but 3 is not enough against any of these teams in the World Polo League. We've seen goals scored, 3 goals scored in a minute and a half. Here comes Gringo looking for Yoza. Facundo's going to stay on the near side. He gets that ball going. Oh, just a little short for Falabella. Backed up cleanly by Heta. Wakas comes over. Gonzalito. And a whistle on the play, and that should end our 5th chukker of play. So we're going to send them off here. 3-goal difference. That's not enough, Sugar. You know it. In the game of polo, we will see who is going to take home the World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo 2023 Cup. Man, it is an amazing cup. We'll talk more about the cup when we come back. Stay with us here for our final chukker. Okay, welcome back, everybody. A great shot here of the Pampa Norte Biotricity team. Ocasa Sadiq right there. Pedrito. Falabella standing right next to him. They look very comfortable.
I do.
Look relaxed.
I do.
You know, he told me, he said he was when he was in the studio, he said, you know, hey, we just want to go have fun. You know, that's what this game's about, and we know we play better when we have fun.
Uh-huh.
So we stay positive with each other.
And his position, just speaking specifically about about Wakas, is like his positioning on the field has totally changed the way he plays the game.
Oh, he is shaded.
He's like flowing now, which is awesome to see.
Oh man, and he's talking about it. He's worked really hard. You know, he has the new Pampa Norte Polo farm, and he has the ability to work out every day.
It's tough to get into it, you know, because it's constantly changing. You know, just getting to know that flow. It's changing.
And his riding has gone through the roof, and we all know how that changes your game. We talked about the trophy designed by Tiffany & Company. The Triple Crown of Polo Trophy is comprised of 3 separate trophies that fit together perfectly, and it creates an entire polo scene, breathtaking in sterling silver. It is amazing. You've seen it, Sugar.
Has a team won all 3?
What's that?
Has a team previously?
This is one they're going for. They're going for their second win.
Okay.
Yep.
No, but I'm saying, so you would win all 3, and to get to put them together.
Oh no! You put up. They put this because it's the one tournament. It was put together.
Yeah.
The World Polo League tournament winners. They inscribed in the trophy, and it was like I said. The trophy was basically. Amazing trophy. Had 8 teams compete for it this year. 2 brackets of 4. The 2 top teams from each bracket went to the semifinals. First place, they did cross bracket. First place plays against second place, and vice versa. And these were actually your 2 first place teams to win. And here we go in the 6th chukker. Whoa, Heta, this is a huge opportunity. 3 goals down. Heta's going to grit one here to push them 4 up.
Yeah, they had to ride for that foul, which maybe lost control. Right there, just going out of the screen. She also had to ride for that foul. Keta very patient, takes the hook, just canes it out to the right, but that makes no difference to him. No, it just tops it a little bit.
Yeah, unbelievable. What a shot at putting him up here. As we said, this Triple Crown of Polo was an ESPN television series. It was created in 2005 by David McLean, and it was known for pro beach hockey, women's of wrestling, and gorgeous ladies of wrestling. And to help to promote polo in the U.S., the show was seen in 129 countries, and it now has gone to a level that is just unbelievable. 4-goal lead here, and still this is not enough to take home the cup. 5:52 left. Tons of time here, sure.
Yeah, Gonza was trying to be sneaky and give it back to Keta. It would have been a sick play. You can see him, he just touches the ball and tries to give it back, and unfortunately taps it out.
Oh, bad luck there, yeah.
He was trying to sneak it back to Keta with everybody on the outside. They had their stick side, and their near side protected. So their stick side protected, and gave one away. But obviously it's not a goal until they score the goal. So
you got it. So they're going to go ahead and get an opportunity here. To get one back, and he has been on fire today, 100% from the penalty line. Yoza. Oh, that's well hit. That is well hit. That ball had eyes the minute he hit it.
It looks so good.
Woo!
I've been harping on his riding all day. It just looks so smooth. Like he's so connected, regardless of how whatever gate he's on, and by the time he gets up the last 2 or 3 paces that his horse makes, it looks like he does. It's almost like a no-brainer.
So 2 safeties being scored here.
Here comes Okas.
As Heta had one, and now you have one by Yoza, and we're back to 3 goals. And Gringo working the magic. Gringo, you're going to need some help here.
Mellett's caught up.
Whoa, look at Gringo. Round and round we go. Oh, he's caught up there. They're going to let him keep playing. They're going to let him play it out. Oh, no. He's going to get out?
They're still fighting.
There's not going to be any problem to play, so very quick play there. And I think it's a good non-call. Look at scooting off the field, though. You see them changing horses. When they leave really quick like that, that means they're changing before the jersey change. So they're mixing all the horses up here. Now at the end. Yeah, you can see that Gringo was caught up in Paco's reins. And good sportsmanship there by the 2 players. A lot of energy out there, a lot of adrenaline. You'll see right here, she's caught up right there in the reins. His mallet is. So they could blow a dead ball there. They let it go on a little more, and then Falabella would jumped out here, but I believe it's dead even before that ball pops out.
Yeah.
So you're not even going to get, that's not even going to be a look. They'll bowl that. All right, so they are going to go with the fair play bowling. So they're going to say they played on. No foul on the play with Falabella. And look at this play by Gringo. And a whistle. Wow.
Man, Gringo's hot now. Gringo's hot now. I would have let that go. That looked awesome. But
you know what? We'll take a look at it. I thought it was just very clean. It's hard to ride off, but a very clean ride off.
Yeah, it was.
And look at me, shoulder to shoulder. And Gringo is riding a very stout bay mare right now.
Yeah.
A very stout bay mare. Let's go. Does he go in even?
I mean, they're going with difference in speed.
Off speed.
Yeah, off speed. But
off speed. Yep. Yeah. Good call.
Good
call on the off speed. No, you're right. Good call on the off speed. Well done by the mounted officials. You got to be going the same relative speed. That's based on safety. Very good call by the mounted officials. And here we go. Uh-oh, boys. That's a little miscommunication there. Mark, looks like the Cobra and Gringo come together. And we're going to make sure that we're going to stop the game here and make sure he's okay. So very physical game here at the end.
Yeah, I guarantee you on the field it's a lot more heated than what we're hearing, so.
Oh, you said it. I mean, you know how it is. Let's see. Does he get in here? They come together.
Yeah, the horse's head pops him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he is. And then I don't know if he's coming in from behind too. But you can definitely see the horse's head was up there, so they'll take a look just to see, make sure all the angles are right, make sure everyone's okay, and try to work this one out. They'll see. Now, where are they at? They were down inside. Actually, they're inside on the Audi area, right? Because that was a broken play.
Yeah, if no foul is committed, it's probably just going to be a fair play for Pampa Norte. But obviously, the horse popped Gans in the mouth, on the cheek there, and it's.
I wasn't sure. It didn't look like it came from completely from behind. I mean, it looked like they're both turning on the angle.
Yeah, and at the same time, when they were both trying to get control, I think she just gave a little shake, and it just got him good, So, and also, you're trying to, put as much of your body weight in there and try to move the player, and you might also put yourself in a.
Yeah, getting fired up to them. Now, remember our two brackets we had? We had Quaid on Z, Alessia Zeidler. Want to congratulate Alessia playing here. Her first year playing in Triple Crown of Polo with Lucas James, Juan Martin Zubia, and Juan Martin Nero. They had Richard Mill also in there, where Melly played, Melissa Ganzi, and Jeff Hildebrand. They split that team up, and Miguel Naviz Estrada, and Pablo McDonough, Alejandro Naviz Estrada. Audi was in that bracket, also, of course, right here. And then Dazo Lafay with David Franchi and Luis Davilek. So I want to thank those two sponsors for they playing this year. Robbie Bilbao, Nick Rodan, and Harold Del Carrillo. Oh, what a team they had. They just got caught, like you said, Sugar, on a heavy day that day. Mm-hmm. And that was bracket one. Bracket two is Global Port. Mikey Romero. What can I say, Mikey? Uh-oh, Cobra. It just doesn't make it right there.
It's a yellow card, though, so it gets hit it again.
What?
It's a yellow, so he gets hit it again.
Where did he?
I mean, who knows where the game?
What did he do? He came on the field?
No, a yellow. Must have been a yellow from the play.
Oh, well,
I'm guessing.
No?
I'm guessing. He might have done that on purpose just to...
No, technical on the play, riding out between the goalposts. No, I don't know if he didn't wait till the ball stopped. And the Cobra gets a second opportunity. You don't want to do that to him.
No.
Don't give him two chances, as he has been phenomenal from the penalty line. Oh, man. Wow. So we had a personal foul there that came between the posts. Remember bracket two, Global Port with Mikey Romero? And we'll go through the rest of those teams where we have our Kersey change, as we just had some phenomenal teams play. Bracket one and bracket two. Here we go. 4-goal lead, and it would have been 3. Just a little overzealous there as it came out of the goal between the goalposts. Now Gonzalito, and he is on the fly. Gonza says, I'm going to drive one from 120. Why not? It's going to go off the field, and you might see some changing going on right now. We will see.
Yeah,
click the 333. Right, yeah, you're going to get your Kersey change. Right. So bracket two was Mikey Romero. He played a lot of pole this year. I want to thank Mikey. It was a lot of fun winning the tournament with Paulita Perez, Sapo Cassette, Facundo Obregon. Of course, Pampa Norte, Biotricity right here. Casablanca, Grant Ganzi, the ambassador of Casablanca, with Jesse Bray, Barto Casanola, Hector's brother, also on 10 goals. Tomacho Piedras, who played a phenomenal season on 6 goals, Tomacho, this year. Yep, and then Trevier, so it was great having Teo Calle back playing the high goal, man.
What a machine, man.
Yeah.
Made some great runs of goal, scored some great goals.
Yeah, he played very well. Like you said, his bad luck. He played Pipe Versalino, Fred Mannix, and Nacho Naviz Estrada. They just got edged out of every game. Mm-hmm. It was a very close, well-fought battles between all of the teams. As Sugar said earlier during this tournament, it was just, there's so much competition. The games are, every game, everybody was had an opportunity to win. Mm-hmm. It was never a blowout. Mm-hmm. And here we go. On the move, picked up here, and then Gringo's going to drive it down, and they need to score quickly.
Yeah, this is it. They have to score. I mean, they're going for broke now. So
yeah, they got to start shooting and running and gunning. There's the ball in the field there. They'll get that one out of there. Wakas gets a piece of it, backed up cleanly by Paco. The give and go from Gringo to Yoza. Facundo on the near side doesn't get it done. Backed inside, though. Can somebody get there? And that ball will roll just off the field. And we're going to click down in 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's almost, this is that stage right now where there's 4 goals, too much time now.
Yeah, so this is now where Audi is phenomenal. They're going to use the clock very well. Gonzalito has been here so many times. Hall of Famer. Argentine Open winner, U.S. Open winner, Gonzalito. Look at this ball to Heta. Remember, everybody on fresh legs. Heta Casanola, offside, near side, 1, 2, 3 times my lady, and a beautiful goal there and gets a high flag.
Absolutely beautiful goal.
He's going to switch again. He's going to play 4 horses here in this chucker.
He's helping his grooms out so they don't have to go take a set.
Yeah, and big shout out to all the trainers and grooms. Sugar, you know how important it all is. You got to win off the field to win on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this beautiful play here, though, by Heta. And he's just unbelievable. He slows it down here out of the air once, twice, 3 times out of the air. Hollywood. Back to the center as the clock goes tick, tick, tick. So out of the air once again, like I said, these boys in the white jerseys will never stop. They love being out there. Win or lose. Turned around here. Good steal, though, by Gonzalito. Gonza is still going to go. Stolen back, though, by Gringo. Columbres, who I got to tell you, he's had a phenomenal season filling in for Magoo Laprida. He's done a great job here filling in. And Magoo was playing very well before he had a jockey muscle injury. But they say he's back, so we're happy to hear that. Now, turn around by here by Yoza one more time. They're going to click down to about a minute. Shot on goal. Bounces off a pony. Flipped inside. Stolen away, though. Remember, no right of way on the near side there. So good steal. Good non-call. Mark in the middle of it. Round and round they go. Gringo's trying to get a hold of it. Heta, and he's on fresh legs. Remember, he just switched on to this mare, and that's why he did. Here he goes, and he is on the move. 18 goals being scored by Audi. That is the highest that we have seen. We had 30. Whoa, what a clean shot there, 8. Turned around by Falabella. On the outside, and one more run coming as they're going to click down here, but they'll play it out. Audi's going to take it home. 31 goals. Give me 32, please. Come on.
There it comes.
Just give me 32 because that will break the record, and we're going to get 32 goals scored.
On the final day.
Huh?
How awesome is that?
That is awesome because our record was 31 this year. That happened in the All-Star Challenge.
Yeah. Well, we felt it. By the time we got to the 4th chukker, we were like, this is going to be a high-scoring game. We knew.
Unbelievable. I got to give it up to both of these teams. I mean, Sugar, what a polo match. And I got to give it up to Facundo Yoza. He was great all season long. At 7 goals, this guy, unreal. And he finishes it off. 32 goals being scored in one polo game. That is unbelievable. Let's go with it. 18-14. Look at the shots. 24 by Audi. That's for the big difference today with the Biotricity team. Look at the knock. Is that crazy? When 18 goals and 14 goals are being scored.
And you've only got nine knock-ins
6
in total.
and 3, 9 knock-ins. Throw-ins tied up at the end. Fouls committed 10 and 9. Not bad. You got a little rough there at the end. They were fighting. And that's where we had a lot of the fouls right at the end. Penalty scored. Biotricity, well done. They did it all season long. He was 100% today. Yoza with 5 of them. Yeah. And then you had the 2 open goals.
Very well reffed, like a very well, well-rounded game in the sense that they let a lot that they didn't need to get done go, and that wasn't getting called. And then, what was it, 3 and 4, 7 in total.
Unbelievable.
So penalties. So
just unbelievable. I mean, such a clean game.
Yeah, very well done. There was a spot there in about the end of the 4th, 5th where they could get, when it was like 13-11, that they just they needed to not let it go. When they let it go, once it got going, it was, then it got in trouble, So Audi's a tough team, man.
Okay,
Audi's one of the tough teams.
Listen, we're going to go to our field side correspondent, James Fody, with the Cobra.
All right, here with Mark Ganzi, Team Audi, Triple Crown of Polo champions. First, how does it feel, and what were the keys to victory out there today?
Well, it feels good. Might have a sore set of ribs in the morning, but it was a hard game. You know, this team is the defending champion, and I think we talked about treating them like a defending champion. You know, you gotta beat them because they're the ones that won the trophy last year. So they play a very physical brand of polo. They play very tight in close quarters. They're very clever, and so we just tried to cut them, you know, because they run that play where they come behind each other so well and they control the ball. So I think in the second and third chukker we sort of broke their will a little bit. They had a little bit of a comeback in the fourth, and then the game got kind of choppy, and we restored order back in the fifth. And I think when this team with these three guys, you know, when we all run and hit the ball, we're pretty effective in an open game, and I didn't think these guys wanted to get into an open game today. So once we got it opened up again in the fifth, I felt like it was a pretty good chance we'd win the game. But it was a good team. There's a reason they were undefeated as well. You know, they played a great tournament. So compliments to Biotricity, Pampa Norte. They played really well.
And you said they're the defending champions. So is there any extra preparation before a final like this, or is it kind of stick to your routine?
No, I think this team is a pretty good group of guys that have played together a long time. I mean, Heta and Paco and I have played together now 3 years in a row, and we plugged in Gonzalito for Pablo McDonough, but we ran the same system. So I think it's just in every polo match you want to try to impose your will, and I think for 4.5 chukkers we really imposed our will, and I think for a chukker and a half they got the better of us, but it's a 6 chukker match, so thankfully we got there. But we expected a very physical, tight defensive game, and that's what we got.
You seem to be the vocal leader out on the field. What message do you try to convey to your team throughout the game?
Well, a team like this, they get a little chippy, and just the key is to just tell the guys to calm down and just exercise discretion and try to stay calm, because I think when you're the team that's behind, you're always trying to agitate the team that's ahead, and I think Gringo's a great player, but he really tries to agitate, and so just trying to keep everyone calm and let them know if we play our game, we're going to win. If we play their game, we're going to lose. And so my job's just to keep the three guys really calm and just tell them be quiet and go about your business. And I think when we do go about our business, we're a pretty effective team.
All right, Miami Polo coming up next week. Are we going to see you playing on the beach?
To be determined. We'll see. Right now, I think I just want to enjoy this. It's really fun for me to win again with Gonzalito. We've won everything together, and to have him back on the team is really special for me. So I'm really happy for Gonza. This is a great win for him.
Thanks, Mark. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Back to you guys. Studio.
All right. Well, the Cobra. He ended with the Cobra strike first.
Yeah, that he did.
Gave us some love in the studio.
We got one of them out there when he was on the field. It was a great goal that he scored to give us that. So.
No, he did a great job.
Yeah.
Listen, we
they're well-oiled. Sorry, cutting you short. They're well-oiled machine. They're Audi team. It's tough to go out there. You got to bring your best day to go out there.
Yeah. I want to get your final breakdown, but I can't leave here before we send it out to our Jan Edik Frank for our trophy presentation. Remember, stay with us here. We do still have our trophy presentation coming up. But Pampa Norte Biotricity, they were looking for their second, for back-to-back wins. Well, Kasal Sadiq, what can I say, my man? Thank you for coming to the studio and working with us, being a special guest. Great job scoring goals today, working very hard. Facundo Yoza, Gringo Columbus, Pedrito Fella Bella. Man, you guys kept it so interesting all season long. But congratulations, Audi, Mark Anzi, Heta Casnelda, Gonzalito Pierres, Paco de Navas. What a way. They're big champions today. What's your breakdown? How do you feel it?
Pretty much what Gans was saying. They kept it together when it got tight.
Yeah.
And once they opened it up again at the end, they knew that they knew what was going to come. So they knew that they were expecting it. So they knew that if they could just rough it through those spots, and then they'd be fine. So, but it's like I said, it's a well-oiled machine. You can see every time they're making a play, somebody's going somewhere else to pick up a play and change it. So
no, when he broke it down, I was looking at our score sheet. He was right on her. Well, Mr. Sugar Erskine,
absolute pleasure.
My pleasure, man. Great to be back in the saddle with you. A different saddle.
But
it's great. We and him play a lot of pole together, so this is a fun day for me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
Always, man.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to just go to a little break here, and then we'll be back live at the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 2, for our trophy presentation with Jan Edik Frank.
Well, welcome back, everybody. And, of course, also those of you watching around the world on CTV Sports. What an amazing final we have just witnessed. The two teams, Audi, the challengers, victorious, taking on the defending champions. Here they come, Pampa Norte, Biotricity. What an amazing game we saw here this afternoon. I'd like to also at this time, once again, our dear friends Brenda and George Dupont from the Museum of Polo and Hall of Fame, of which there is only one of its kind, and that's right here in Wellington. If you haven't had a chance to go by there, please do. We are, however, going to start proceedings, as we always do, with the ponies, the true stars of any final, and we are going to start with the best playing pony of the Argentine Polo Association, the Polo Argentino. I believe that will be the first. And there she is already with her blanket on. You'd like to maybe take her forward in front for the world's press to get a picture. Or are we going to change? No, we're going to maybe change with a different pony. Well, there is the other pony, of course, also there. But there she is, ladies and gentlemen, for the Argentine Polo Argentino. Here she comes. Please put your hands together for Irinita Serrana. She was ridden by that young man there with the number 2 on his shirt, Heta Castagnola, and she a little bit nervous, doesn't probably often get so much attention being center stage. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the best playing pony of the final for Polo Argentino, Irinita Serrana, ridden by Heta Castagnola. Thank you very much. A round of applause, if you please. Thank you very much indeed. I'm sure she will also get an extra bag of carrots for dinner tonight. Now then, moving on to the best playing pony, the World Polo League's best playing pony of the Triple Crown of Polo final. Can you please bring her forward? His name is Don Ercole Haley. There he is, Don Ercole Haley. And he was ridden by Facundo Jossa, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together, if you will, for Don Ercole Haley. And there is a third horse, or is there not? I'm just going to look. Are we going to wait for the horse, or shall we just hand the blanket? Okay, well, we'll just we'll go on with the prize presentation. So now this is your turn, George and Brenda, if you'd be so kind. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great final we saw, and it now gives me great pleasure to bring and ask to come forward the runners-up. Last year's champions, this year's runner-up. That's a pretty good record, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Pampa Norte Biotricity, please step forward. The gentleman that is Waqas Al-Siddiq. At number 2, ladies and gentlemen, he has got one hell of a future in front of him. Give it up for Facundo Losa. At number 3, no need to have your head down low. You can be proud. What a great achievement. Give it up for Gringo Colombres. And ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing performance by this young man. Put your hands together for Pedrito Falabella. Now over to the winners. And what an amazing performance we had throughout this tournament with a 5-0. You could not get a cleaner sheet than that if you tried, ladies and gentlemen. Winners of the World Polo League's Triple Crown of Polo, Team Audi. Please step forward, the captain, Mr. Mark Ganzi. At number 2, ladies and gentlemen, not every day of the week you see a man score 10 goals. He has 10 goals. He is Heta Castagnola. And what about this young man? For me, one of the coolest goals of this final. Gonzalito Pierres. Well done, Gonza. And the man who to me looks like a modern-day Jim Morrison. What a cool dude. Paco de Narvaez, ladies and gentlemen. There he is with a big smile on his face. Well done indeed. Now then, before we ask Pampa Norte to exit stage left, we do, of course, have the award for the MVP, the most valuable player of this final. And I'm sure it'll come as no surprise to you and everybody watching that will go to Hector Castagnola. Well done. So I'd like to also ask you to put your hands together for two gentlemen, part of a much bigger crew, though, who have done such an amazing job. Our two umpires who were here involved in this final. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for Gaston Dorignac and for Mr. Esteban Ferrari. And, of course, the third man on that stage, who's also been one of our top umpires, Pepe Araja. Also, a big thank you to Steve Lane, our man in the booth, our instant replay official. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed to all of the umpires for doing such a great job. If I can now kindly ask Pampa Norte Biotricity to kindly exit stage left for the moment that I'm sure a lot of you will have been waiting for as we get the final few pictures here. Thank you once again to Brenda and George Dupont from the Polo Museum of Polo and Hall of Fame. And now, that moment where, of course, oh yeah, well, let's get a nice group photograph of that occasion. What a great picture, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I give you your two finalists. Please, a round of applause for both of these amazing teams, Pampa Norte and Audi. And now the moment that I'm sure Mark Ganzi, Hector Castagnola, Gonzalito Pierres and Paco de Narvaez have been waiting for. The presentation and the lifting of this beautiful trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, winners of the World Polo League's Triple Crown of Polo 2023. I give you Team Audi. With these pictures, we love and leave you to remind you that tomorrow at 11 o'clock over at Santa Rita, we will have another final, the final of the 8-goal. If you'd like to join us there tomorrow, it's a good way to skip church. So come and see us at Santa Rita. And if you can't, for whatever reason, make sure you tune in on YouTube. Go to CTV Sports. From all of us here at Grand Champions, thank you so much for coming out here to be with us here on this legendary field. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay well, enjoy the polo. And, of course, come back soon here to Grand Champions Polo Club.
introduction. When you hear your name, raise your mallet. Hold on. Right. So. Okay, so we are live here on CTV Sports. When I say your name, raise your mallet. We've got Inda, Florencio, Artemio, Celestino. We've got over here on the other side, Fran, Rufino. Who else we got? Santos, Milo, and sorry, what was Antonio? Sorry about that. So there you have the teams. We're going to play 4 on 5. So Steve, are you ready? Tracy, are you ready? All right, kids, are you ready? All right, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and the ball is on the ground. Here we go. We got a little bit of a battle here for the ball. Fighting for possession here. Where's this one going to end up? We've got Fran. We've got, ooh, look at that. Fran Spinacci coming out of there with the ball. Fran fighting hard there against Artemio. Look at that nice little steal here by Inda. Inda working his way down. Rufino coming in there trying to get the steal as well. Unable to make it happen. Here comes, ooh, look at that. That was, ooh, that one's going to go wide. So no goal yet on the board. We're going to have a knock-in here down there. Thank you, Santos, getting rid of a loose ball on the field. And here they come, working our way down the field here. Milo with possession. Milo coming in. Ooh, bad luck there. Trying to get that one stolen out of there momentarily. Here comes Fran Spinacci working his way down. And backed out of there, Artemio trying to find one of his teammates here. Celestino coming through, but look at that, Milo. McDonough. Milo, his ball picked off now by Artemio. I'd like to give a big thank you, special shout out here to our goal judges, Monty and Chase. Thank you guys so much for sticking around here, helping us out here. All right, that ball's going to go out. I got another one right here, boys. So here we go. Continued action play. Ball brought back in. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here in Chucker number 1. Remember, folks, we're going to play 4 4-minute Chuckers here in our wheelie polo match. Artemio sends it back in. Over here looking for Inda. Inda unable to capitalize on that one. It's going to be stolen back here now by Fran. Fran working his way down, trying to keep this one under control. Where's this one going to go? Where is it going to go? It's back down to there now. Fran with control once again. A little flip back shot here. Ooh, bad luck. Fighting the bouncing ball there. He's going to leave it behind. And Artemio coming in. And Antonio trying to get in there. Fran with a little flip, fake back shot here. Fran, Spinach. Ooh, bad luck comes off the wheel of his teammate. There's Santos. Now Artemio. Now Celestino. Ooh, bad luck though. It's going to go wide. Still scoreless here in our first Chucker of wheelie polo. We've got plenty of left here on the clock with 1 minute and 22 seconds. Plenty of time for someone to get on the board. Here we go. Big bomb down the field. Ooh, bad luck there. Santos tries to go for it on the near side. Unable to find connection there. And now it's going to be Artemio hooked down there by Fran. Nicely done there. And now, who's this? This is going to be a, ooh, bad luck. Bad luck. Miscues on that ball. Leaves it behind now. Artemio coming in on the action. Artemio. He's got players in motion going downfield. Ooh, bad luck. A little flip bounce. Ooh, here we go. Nice little pick up there. Bad luck, though. That ball's going to be sent further down the field. Milo. Uh-oh. Mallet down. Inda comes back in. Look at the coordination there on that kid. We got just about 30 seconds. Watch your ears, folks. There's going to be a horn right behind you. There's the 30-second warning horn. Less than 30 to play out here in Chucker number 1. Still scoreless. Let's see if they can put one on the board. Ooh, bad luck. Swinging a miss there by Artemio. Look at the skills here on these kids. Riding these wheels. I can tell you from experience, folks, these wheels are not as easy as these kids make it look. Here we go. Rufino working his way down. Rufino. Rufy, can he get this one done? Oh, blocked out of there. Stolen out of the air. And just a couple of seconds left here on the board. And the whistle's going to sound. All right, boys, bring it in for another bowl-in here. All right. Sit it down. All right. Come on now. All right, folks, we're going to switch directions of play here, as we do after every chucker, similar to arena rules. So line up, boys. And we will get this one back underway. Hold on. Fixing his equipment over here. Goggles in place. All right. Ready? Let's go. Ball's on the ground. Off and working once again. Here we go. Rufino. Rufy working his way down the field, trying to keep this one under control. Bad luck, though, coming in with the steal. This is going to be Milo. No, that's Celestino. Celestino. Now Fran. Fran, big bomb down the field, looking for a teammate. Here we go. Rufy spins it around, tries to flip it over to Fran, unable to find him. And keeping this one going down the field, going. And just goes wide at the last second there. Bad luck there. Coming back in. So that was a safety, if you will. So there was a safety. The defending team put that ball over their own back line. So here we go with the shot. Blocked, though, now by Artemio. Set this one down, trying to keep this one under control. Working their way down. Keeping this one going, trying to get this one going. Now Inda Piedras on the move. Inda. Bad luck there. It's going to go wide. And that ball gets brought back in here. Fran. Over on the far side. Trying to keep this one under control. We got 2 minutes left, or a little bit over 2 minutes left here in our second chucker play. Fran trying to keep this one going here. What's going to happen? They're fighting for it out of the air. Trying to keep this one going. Fran gives Artemio the slip. Now Fran off and moving. He's got players in motion downfield. He's got Milo and Santos moving downfield. Miscues on that ball. And, bad luck there. Couple players coming over the line. Here we go. And Florencio and Antonio getting into the mix as well. I like to see it. Here we go. Celestino now. Merlos. Coming through Milo. And that ball's going to go right on over. Here we go. We got another one putting back on the field. With 1:25 left to play here in chucker number 2. Let's see what happens. Artemio sends this one into the field here. Trying to keep this one going. What's going to happen here? They're fighting for possession. Still scoreless here on the scoreboard. Not something you see every day. These teams are very evenly matched here. It's been a defensive battle the whole match so far. Here comes Fran with the steal. Fran working on the near side. Ball hops over his mallet. Coming back in. It's going to be Artemio now. Artemio Pettis. Keeping this one moving down the field here. Who's going to get there first? Antonio. Now Florencio. Nicely done there. Trying to keep this one going here. The boys, they're fighting hard here, trying to get a point on the board. Watch your ears, folks. There's a 30-second warning horn. Less than 30 to play out here in chucker number 2. Coming down the line. Here we go with a steal. Nicely done. And that one's going to go out. So that's going to be chucker, boys. So bring it on in. We'll get the clock reset, and we will get this one back underway for chucker number 3. We've got a bit of an issue over here. We need a pony change if anybody's got a spare on the sideline. We got a wheel that's almost out of battery. All right, boys, we gotta continue though. Okay, go until it's done, man. All right, here we go. Ready for chucker number 3. Off and working. Here we go. Trying to keep this one moving down the field here is Fran. Spinacci leaves that one behind. Now, Artemio with the bring in here. Artemio, big bomb down the field. Trying to keep this one under control, working his way down the field here. Out in front, first one on it is going to be Milo McDonough. And bad luck, that one's going to go wide again. Fighting to get a point on the board here. Still scoreless here in chucker number 3. Now on the far side of the field, Artemio with a little back shot poked out of the air there by Inda. Now coming through, this is going to be, I believe that is Antonio. Now Milo fires one down the field, keeping this one going. Santos dangerously close to the end line, trying to keep it going here. And Antonio going to deal that one away. Fighting for possession here. Look at this kid go. Look at that hand-eye coordination. Trying to keep this one moving here. It's going to come off of the wheel and picked off now by Fran Spinacci. Back that one out of there. And we got a knock-in coming. Keeping this one going. Rufy. Nice little back shot there. Rufino Merlos. Now, bad luck. Nice pickup, though, here. Trying to keep this one moving all the way down the field. Keeping this one going. What's going to happen here? Inda coming in. Inda, you got to put that strap around your wrist, bud. That's the second time he's lost his mallet here in this game. Coming back in on the action. It's going to be Artemio. Gets his pocket pick now. It's Rufino Merlos sends this one down the field here to Fran. Nice back shot there. First one to read it, though, is going to be Milo. Milo, a little pump fake action here. Trying to keep this one going. Where's this one going to go, Milo? Ooh, nice little steal. Here comes Rufy now. And keeping this one moving. What's going to happen? Fighting for possession still. Back and forth action. And where is this one going? Coming in here, Artemio to get us. Stolen out of there now by Milo Mack. Milo. Bad luck there. Artemio coming in trying to steal this one back here. But it's going to be Rufy and Milo. Rufino Merlos. Trying to keep this one moving. What do we got, boys? All right, knock in. Here we go. Ball's back in play. Rufy fires one down the field here, trying to keep this one going. Milo McDonough. Milo working his way down with Celestino. Nicely done here. Look at this skill and coordination there by Santos Valen. 30-second horn coming up. Here we go. Less than 30 to play out here in chucker number 3. As Santos leaves out and behind over there on the end line. Coming back in on the action. Here comes Artemio. Now Celestino. Ooh, nicely done out of the air here. Milo Mack with the back shot attempt. Now Artemio continues his action down the field. Rufy goes for the steal. Artemio still has possession. Artemio! And that one's going to go wide. That's the end of chucker number 3. Bring it in, boys. One more chucker left to play. All right, our final chucker of play here for the afternoon. Trying to find a spare pony over here. Sorry for the delay, folks. We are getting another wheel. We got a low battery out here, so. Come on, guys. We got to hurry up. All right, here we go. Chucker number 4 set to begin, and here we go. Ball's on the ground. We're off and working now, trying to keep this one going. Coming back in, it's going to be Milo. Milo McDonough. Milo. Now, Celestino with the ball, working his way down the field. Celestino. Can he get this one done? Oh, man. Saved there on the door. We're going to continue action here down in towards the center of the field. Keeping this one going. Bad luck there, swing and a miss. And keeping this one going now. Ooh, Florencio. Now it is Antonio. Coming back in here with possession here. It's going to be Artemio. Loses the handle on it now. It's going to be picked off here by Artemio once again. Artemio. Now. Antonio. Now Rufy. Backed out of there by Celestino. Coming back in on the action here. Where's this one going to go? Artemio saves that one. Sends it out of the danger zone. Nice use of the boards here, Celestino. Look at these kids flying down the field here on these E-wheels. And bad luck. That's going to go just wide. So, more continued action here on Grand Champions Field number 2. Coming back in. This is going to be Rufino. Rufino Merlos. Rufy. Keeping this one moving. Rufy. Now Fran. Fran Spinacci. Now Artemio. Now Fran. Francisco Spinacci working his way down the field, trying to keep this one under control. Where is this one going to go? Coming back in. Celestino with the back shot. And saved there momentarily here. Taken out now by Artemio. Artemio, his ball stolen now by Milo Mac. Milo. McDonough. Sends one to the goal. Saved, though, on the doorstep by Florencio. Now, it's Artemio. Keeping this one moving down the field. Artemio. Trying to keep this one moving all the way down the field here. Coming back in. Milo Mac tries to steal this one away, unable to make contact. But here comes Fran Spinacci now. Spinacci. Fran, keeping this one moving. Got just over a minute remaining here in our match. Still scoreless. Coming through. Nice little steal there. Artemio off the wheel. Now Fran with control. Coming back in. Stolen out of here now. First one on it is going to be Inda. Inda Piedes. Inda, take your time, bud. Get one on the board. Inda. And we got a goal on the board. And it only took 4 chuckers. So, goal for red. There we go. Here's the warning horn. We'll play out the final 30 seconds here in this match. Fran Spinacci working his way down the field. Coming back in. Here is Artemio. Now Rufy. Rufino Merlos. Rufy trying to keep this one going. Miscues on the ball. Leaves it behind. Here we go. Florencio. Now Artemio. And just like that, another point goes on the board. Final score 2-0 here. Put your hands together, folks, for these kids. Thank you, boys. Thank you to our goal judges, Chase and Monty. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you guys so much. And here we go. Guys, keep your helmets on, please.